Hey, guys. Let me know if you can hear me because I'm having slight problems with the internet at the moment, but hopefully we can have a show. And welcome to LABRISH Live. It's where we talk about reality TV from a Black perspective. I am Nana, aka the Black Fairy, aka Dark and Lovely, and I'm not here with Sade today because she is sunning herself in Ghana or Nigeria. I don't actually know where she is in the world so far, but she's having a good time, that is for sure. Please put a 1 in the chat if my internet is okay and you guys can hear me. Let me know, please. I need to see some ones coming in. Hey. Welcome, people. Welcome. Okay, thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Now, you guys know what you need to do. On entry, you need to be bopping the like button, please, and share this with like-minded people as well. Big welcome to everybody on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Come in. Can you remember that guy on Facebook? And he used to go live a lot and he would be like, get in here. Let's do that. Everybody share this around, get more people in here. Let's grow our family. And we are going to start roll call in a second. Let me just get Instagram live going. Yes, welcome Instagram. Facebook, you guys should be on as well. I hope everybody is doing really good. It's sunny here in London. All right. Who is here? Who's here? Yvonne, bright and early. Welcome, Yvonne. I swear this is your second or third week in a row. You may get that prize again. We have El Michelle in the house. I am really hoping that you will call in as well, El Michelle, later on, and Christian J. Hopefully you are with us as well. We have Sora in the house. We have Shayla. Hey, Shayla. We have Judy B in the house as well. Yes, Christian Jane is in the house. Please call up. And everybody else, please call up once I've done the review and recap. You know, we'll be opening up the lines so you can say what you think on this episode as well. All right, how was everybody's weekend? I'll tell you a little bit about mine. So it was my 13th year anniversary on Monday, but we celebrated on Sunday, on Easter Sunday, and we went to see Sinners. I've seen Sinners already with the girls, but I saw it again with the hubby. Brilliant. I need everybody to go out there and watch this film. It's not that scary. It's very watchable. It's great. Like, everybody needs to get out there and have a watch of Sinners. We did that, and then we had some dinner as well, some reminiscing over our 13 years. And I shared some pictures on my stories as well. I think they are still up on my stories from my wedding. The wedding was crazy. We really did have 6 weeks to plan the wedding, from when my brother, my eldest brother, was how can I say this? He kind of guilt tripped me, actually. He was like, so you have a partner, and we'd been together like 12 years by then. So it's like, you have a partner. Do you want to keep the family legacy going, that a baby, like your firstborn, comes along and you're not married? And I hadn't really thought about it, but I guess it hit me that he was saying that as well. So we had already had our traditional, and I spoke to my mum about it, and she was like, I have a little bit of money. So if you do want to have a wedding, I can pay for it. And so we did. Like, we had 6 weeks. We found all the venues, went to the church, the priest did the bands. Like, it was all so last minute, but we literally had to do it. And I was also 6 months pregnant at the time as well. And I don't know if this all has an influence on it, but having the wedding 6 weeks later after the wedding, I went into labor with Okai, and he was 8 weeks early as well. So yes, it was a full-on year in 2012 when we had our wedding and baby all in the same area, but all of our friends got together and family, and it was a good day. So it was nice sharing those little moments with you guys on stories. If you haven't, go onto my stories and have a look. I'm sure it is still there, hopefully. And thank you so much for your happy anniversaries. Really does mean a lot. I'm hoping my internet can stay stable enough for us to get through this. Let's hope. While I'm rabbiting on, guys, I need you to be thinking of your one word of the episode, please. One word to describe the episode. Yes, 8 weeks early. It was a lot. He was in Nico for 4 weeks. One day, me and Rusty, me and Mr. Evans, we will do like an actual rundown of all of our journey, our fertility journey to having the firstborn early and all of that. It was a lot. We went through a lot. Okay, I keep on freezing, but you can hear me. Okay. Yeah. No, you know what, Will Smith, there are more pictures from the wedding day where Mr. Evans is smiling. There are. I will share them as well. There's some more pictures. All right. So today we are recapping. Well, I am recapping Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 16, episode 7. And it is called Nashville Got 'em or Get 'em, I think. Something like that. It was, yeah, semi enjoyed it. All right, give me your one words, guys. What's your one word? Drop them in the chat now. Let us know what your one word is. My one word is, I think I'm going to go with desperate. There was a lot of desperation, like hyping shit up, just doing too much. And it was a little, as Will Smith says, dry. Yes, it was a little dry. Thank you, Yvonne. Meh. There was lots of bitty bits that took place, but it definitely wasn't as good as last week's episode, that's for sure. And it could have been a hell of a lot better. But I really felt like the women were in their desperation bag. Everybody was just doing way too much, from fashion to causing beef. Like it was a lot, and not in a good way. Christian Jane says incomplete. Yes, I feel ya. And maybe that we'll get some types of resolutions next week on this one, but I wasn't best pleased with how this went down at all. So let's see. All right, let's get into it. Yes, Nashville Hold'em, that's what it was called. So it starts off with the recap of what we saw last week. And in this recap, I don't generally pay too much attention to the recaps, but this one I kind of did. And seeing Mike really looking at Brit when she was crying, I swear this guy was really looking at her like, I hate this bitch. Like his eyes were even wincing as she was talking, like he was trying to focus. It wasn't a good look at all. And then I thought actually Angela stood on business more than I remembered as well. Like she really did stand up to Brit in their argument. And again, I don't know, I go up and down with Angela, but at this moment I kind of like her. But yeah, from the recap, it's like we just got a quick rundown of what took place. First scene was Brit and Mike shopping for a car. Can somebody tell me, has Mike had a hair transplant as well? His hair looks a little bit fuzzy, like maybe something's going on. I'm not sure, but that just struck me as well. All right, so she's shopping for a car. She gets in a white Ferrari with blue suits, and it looks amazing as well. Like I really did like the Ferrari car that she was in. But again, Brit is doing too much. So at one point, she cocks up her leg. And if you see Mike's face, when he actually has to say to her, it's like a really look of disgust. And he's like, don't do that. You're doing too much. And she was like, why are you doing these actions in front of the car dealer, man? Like, it was unnecessary. Brit goes on to say that if you can't fuck in a car, you shouldn't be buying it. And I was like, this woman is not beating the allegations that she is classless. Like in every scene we see her in, she is doing too much all the time. Is very annoying. Will Sis says, guys, we need to do a GoFundMe for Nana to get BT fiber optic because Mr. Evans is clearly scrimping. You know what the thing is? We've actually got a new hub, like a whole fresh hub, and it's still shit. And with EE, I left BT because I was having the same problems with them. If anybody can suggest another broadband provider, please let me know. I am in the East London region and I can't get community fiber optics because it's not around here yet. So let me know if you know of a better service that I can be using so that my internet doesn't keep on crashing out. And as I don't have Sade to rely on for her stable internet, please bear with me, guys. Please bear with me. All right, so we don't. She says that they're looking for a car because Mike is going to treat her for everything that she's been through, with Kenya calling her a hoe. Who knows if that is true? I don't believe it. And if you were in our membership group, which you should do, the link is in the chat. Sign up to our YouTube membership. It's just $1.99 to support us and $4.99 to be a member of our family, and you get access to our WhatsApp chat when you do. Yvonne actually put in some interesting video from Tasha, okay, where she is interviewing, it seems like it's Brit's ex-brethren, and he says he has receipts that Mike may be on the down low. Well, he wasn't even saying maybe. Allegedly, this is what he said. He was saying that Mike is in a marriage of, let's say, convenience with Brit, because he's actually out here doing things on the Atlanta streets in sex parties. That's what Tasha K is putting out there. If you want to go and see it, it's there. But yes, if you're in our membership group, you would have been a part of that discussion this morning when Yvonne gave us that little video. So please sign up to our YouTube membership. It's fun, and you can make suggestions about our show as well. Into her, maybe he isn't, but so far I'm not believing that they are a certified married couple that love each other. I'm not believing it for a second. And then we go to Angela's house, and Drew comes round, and Drew is wearing a cute floral print mini skirt suit. Like, she actually looks really cute, and she has a cocktail bag with her. It's in the shape of a cocktail. Angela then asks her, is that a Libby, I think it is, Libby Cosmo bag? And they throw it up that this bag is worth 5K. Now, that may be what she paid for it, but was the bag made in China? That's the question that I want us to answer. Probably was, and it probably should have cost her about money. And this is probably one of the best outfits I've seen her wearing as well. I think she actually looked quite cute this time round. Also, Drew, in this first scene of them two talking, was exposed to be a liar. We spoke about this last week. We did say we didn't believe her that Michael Jordan was a relative, and she kind of admitted that she doesn't know if they are. So we can absolutely, as Angela says, we can actually file that under another lie by Drew. Because Drew, don't stop lying. Like, throughout this episode, we are going to see Drew lying quite a bit. But yeah, so Michael Jordan, not her cousin, as we thought. Drew is lying all the way. Then we go to Kelly's kitchen, and she is with her sister, and her multicolored dog is running around on the floor. First person to come into the house using the Ring doorbell. So I'm thinking that this must be being sponsored by Ring. It must be. They must have a Ring deal, because it's the same thing as last week. So yes, she rings the Ring doorbell, and Cynthia comes in, and they have a sweet conversation about what type of a man Cynthia is looking for. I actually thought that Cynthia had been married 3 times. I didn't know it was just 2 times, to Peter and her last husband. I can't remember what his name was. I thought she was married to Leon as well. Didn't know. I thought this was 3 times, but it's just 2 times she's been married. She has a list of the type of man that she is looking for. She says generally it's the younger things that are after her. I can see that. She looks good for her age. She's looking for somebody who doesn't smoke, who is financially secure. Thank you so much, Yvonne. He's another Mike as well. Mike Hill was who she was married to. So the man shouldn't smoke. He should be financially secure. He should be good looking. He should look after himself. Basically, she doesn't want a bum, and she wants a nice person as well. And she wants to be happy in her marriage. I think that's where she's going wrong. Guys, it's just not what marriage is about. Sometimes you're happy, sometimes you're sad. There's nothing that is a constant happiness at all. What you want to be looking for is some form of contentment. And yes, financial security also would be desirable. But if she's looking to be happy, I think she's barking up the wrong tree, because marriage isn't where that is going to reside. Happiness doesn't reside anywhere for a long time. It's just not how it goes, I think. Anyway, these are just my thoughts. All right, so then we have Portia seems to just bop into the house. I don't know why the door wasn't locked. My note is Portia enters with her. I don't know why, but this time I know Portia has an arse on her, but it just looked like her bum looked bigger than usual. It could just be the outfit, but I was totally like, yeah, it was Portia and her bum entered. Again, she was in a cute little outfit as well. After Portia comes in, and this is another why I say that the girls were looking like desperate and doing too much. Shamia comes in with an outfit that I just don't know what was going on, because I swear they were literally just going to Kelly's for a little bit of food to just kiki about things. But yeah, it was a lot. Shamia comes in and her green LV jacket and white fur go-go boots. It's the only way I can describe it. Her hair did look phenomenal though. I really liked her hair. But why are you doing this? Like, why is there why are you doing too much? It was just a lot. I wasn't feeling Shamia's outfit. The jacket with a pair of jeans may have looked cool, and I probably would have been like, yeah, she looked fire. It was the white fur go-go boots. I was like, come on now, let's not do this. And I want to see more of Shamia as well. Throughout this episode, we didn't see enough of her. I need Shamia to have her episodes back. I missed her contribution. I miss her storyline. I really do like her. Then Kelly explains why her dog is multicolored. I thought her dog looked wild, crazy, like bordering on cruelty. I really was like, why are you doing that to your dog? She says that the dog went missing for a period of time. They managed to find it on Craigslist. And so she had an aha moment and thought, the reason I'm going to dye my dog various colors so that we don't ever lose him again. I think if you're going to steal a dog, you could steal it. It doesn't matter what color it is, and you would just wash it loads until the dye all came off and parade around like that was your dog anyway. You just keep it inside. I don't know how dyeing your dog acts as security. If anybody else can tell me how that would work, if somebody was to steal a dog, please let me know. But I was like, this is a bit wild. She does go on to say that it's not cruel, and she was using vegan dye. Okay, cool, but the dog can't talk, so we don't know if it likes its look. It's not how God made it. Like, who's to say that the dog wants to be pink and multicolored and be bopping about? But anyway, it's her dog, so she can do whatever she wants. So, yes, that's it. All right, so we cut to a super nasal Brit. Now, Brit's nasal talking gets so bad in various parts throughout this episode, I don't understand what she's saying. So I'm going to be asking you guys some questions as to what she is talking about. She is chatting with Mike. Mike is pretending to be interested in the conversation that they're having, truly pretending. He's asking her questions. Brit is still carrying on this charade that she is being investigated and her license may be taken from her, and Mike is going along with it, and he's trying his best to act. This is the best we have seen Mike acting with her. He marginally looks interested in what she is saying. And I say marginally because not really, he doesn't. We didn't need this scene. This is another scene that could have been exited. It's even good that I even made it in this, but because Sade goes through most of the scenes, I was like, let me try and do every scene that comes up. But this is a scene that didn't need to happen. It's very annoying and I couldn't understand her properly. All right, so then we go to Drew. Cuts to Drew and Angela. And Drew is telling Angela that Brit texts her and was like, she wants to have a drink with her to clear the air. So again, they're telling us this, so we know some bullshit scene is going to take place with Drew and Brit. And that seemed to be all I put anything down for. Angela actually asked Drew about Ralph. And again, I was barely paying attention because I just find Drew lies constantly. As soon as she started talking about Ralph, I was like, oh, okay, here we go. But she does say that they do have a court appearance coming up this Friday, and she wants the court documents to remain sealed. He doesn't want it to, he wants it to be unsealed, and they are going to have this conversation as well. All right, so Then we have Angela and Ralph. Apparently, okay, so then Drew actually gives us some more context. Angela asks, is Ralph pissed off about Dennis as well? And Drew says, which I don't think, I feel like this may be a lie. Drew says that Dennis actually did call up Ralph, tell him everything that was going on, as she did with Portia, which Portia is saying she didn't do. So where's the lie there? I'm not sure. But apparently both now Ralph and Portia are vexed about this. So I don't know if it's factual. Maybe we'll get clarification on that later on, whether or not Dennis truly did tell Ralph about them working together. And if Ralph truly is pissed off that she is working with Dennis on her album, that remains to be seen. Let's see. Then Angela basically proceeds to invite Drew to Portia's birthday holiday to Nashville. Angela is a messy bitch. This is the we had seeds of Angela being a messy hoe, but this I was like, Angela, this is unnecessary. Again, this is desperate. You know you're going to get screen time. You are doing too much. Remember, that's a running theme. That's a running theme. So yeah, I don't know. I still like Angela, but I feel like this mess is absolutely unnecessary at this moment in time. This to do. I don't know. But yes, as El Michelle says, not too much on Angela. I'm here for the mess. I know she is causing the drama, but it was like, okay, it just seemed too desperate at this moment in time. But cool. All right. Angela is being messy. Then we have another scene that I don't feel is necessary. It cuts to Kelly teaching her daughter to drive. Okay, it's cute and all. Fine. That's nice. Shamia is singing. What do you guys think? I think I don't like Shamia's tone of voice. I think that's what it is. It was grating on my ears. There's no doubt she can sing, but I really am not a fan of her tone. It's really like, oh, I can't think who it's just simple. It's just basic. Okay, that's what I'm going to say. She has a basic tone. So you can sing, and it's one of those types of voices about her. But let me know, am I being out of order? But yeah, we didn't need to see Shamia in the booth. We know that she's working on an album. And then Angela admits that her nose was too pinched and she got Botox on it because that was supposed to help. I don't know how, but basically Botox made her face look puffy and wide, so it didn't really work for her. I couldn't see any difference if she still had the Botox or not, or if her nose looked like her nose to me. It didn't look any better. Let me know in the chat, did her nose look better to you guys? Do you think it's improved? Please also let me know how Botox can help with your nose being pinched. I would have thought filler would have done that, but maybe she got it wrong. I don't know. Let me know which way it works. Jordan says she should have to pay for her accommodation and neither would hang, or they could both leave. I wouldn't have it. Yes, definitely. Dammy J is saying Angela is so silly for inviting Drew to Portia's party. It was just a silly move. And El Michelle is asking basic. Yeah, when you call up later, let's discuss it. Am I out of order? And Michelle was also saying the Grand Dame did the same to fix her nose. Really? With Botox? That's so interesting. Did it work for her? Because her nose is super like crawl, like cookie as well. In a different way. They got different types of crazy noses. Okay. All right. So then we go to Drew and Britt meeting for their drinks. And they bond on that they both love a lemon drop martini. But one, yeah, that they bond on that. I was like, okay, cool. Britt was kind of salty that Drew was defending Kenya when they had their peace brunch. So she just wanted to sort that out. And Drew I think Drew did a really good summation of why she got everybody's backs up, because it's like Brit's arrogance walking into a space and being like, okay guys, so Kenya's gone, basically, you know, you're going to have to deal with me. That is going to get people's backs up. So I absolutely understood the frostiness that she was met with as well. I like that Drew just cut to the chase, like no fluff, asking her straight away, have you ever sold your cat, your kitty cat, Panani? Has she ever sold her bits? And Brit starts choking, and that's because she's lying. You know, sometimes when you're about to lie, and it's just like your throat betrays you, like your vocal cords don't allow the lie to come out smoothly so that you're believable. It was actually quite funny. So Brit eventually does say that in her 20s she did naked webcam. Now there's standard web, but she's the one that said it. She said she was naked and she did it with an ex-best friend for about a week. I think she did it. They played with toys, and she did it for longer than a week as well. And Drew asked her, like, did you do well? Did you make money? And she said she did okay. So I definitely think you did it for longer than you're saying, and you probably did some other bits. She said she didn't do any corn or anything like that. Maybe, I'm not sure. I don't know if I believe that either, because she choked and she has to try and keep a modicum of respectability about her. But either way, Drew was out here doing some stuff. She was doing some bits. What are you guys saying? Will Smith is saying Brit was an escort. You think so? Okay, maybe, allegedly. Yvonne saying she said she made good money as well, so she must have done it longer. Definitely. A week's worth of it longer. And there's evidence out there. There's evidence out there as well with her little nasal voice. But yes, so this is what she says was happening. And then Brit asked Drew about Drew talking, saying that she knew who the man was in the picture. And again, Drew does some crazy bits of lying unnecessarily. Drew basically said to the girls that she had a DM from the person who was in the pic. That's what she said. Now Drew is sitting in front of Brit and she's talking about, well, when the board went up, she thought that she could recognize somebody that was in it. So then Brit fires back, so have you been sucking this person's dick as well? Drew is like, no, that's not what happened. Now, if you just told the truth on what you said, she wouldn't have come back at you with you were sucking dick as well. That's why you know who the dick is. So we can deduce that there probably wasn't any DM and Drew was just trying to have a moment. As she says, sometimes I like to be funny. Drew, sometimes you like to lie. That's the accurate point. That's what she needed to say. I was literally like, why does Drew add these bits in and then get found out? I don't understand why she does it. So maybe she truly is a compulsive liar. Maybe this is what she is, a psycho compulsive liar. That could be Drew. All right, well, guys, so we had that little back and forth with them. They seem to get over. Then Brit is asking Drew to sympathize and empathize with her because she has been through a lot, and basically she was called a hoe and a fraudster in front of everybody. She wasn't able to get out of bed. It was really hard for her. She's suffered from depression. She may lose her license. Like, please have some sympathy for me, girl. And then Drew is like, me too. I've been through things as well. Like, I'm always in the blogs. And that's just how life is. And I truly do sympathize for you. And then they have their group kumbaya moment. And both of them seem to find their solidarity that, yeah, it's hard out here being a hoe and being a housewife. Yes, they come together. And then they bond on some little shade that they have for Portia as well. But either way, It was an okay scene. Yeah, we didn't get anything new out of it other than knowing that Drew's a liar, but we know Drew's a liar. So yeah, that's it. Pathological liar. That's what she is. Thank you so much, Jordan. So yeah, so Will Smith says there's a progression from coming to escorting, more than likely got a record, hence the mugshot, hence the license issues. I thought the license issues because people were saying that she's a fraud, that she's been doing fraudulent activities with insurance. I thought that's what it was. Allegedly. I don't know. I thought that was the rumor out there in the streets. But yeah, so these two are now kumbayaing, and I guess they're kind of brethren for a minute. And then we have a scene with Ralph leaving the house with his brother, looking very suited and booted. And there have Drew leaving the house as well. And this is them heading to court. They're going to court. She says that what she wants out of this court date, mediation, whatever they're up to, their court appearance, is she wants Ralph to be kicked out of the yard so that she can get child support, and she wants the court details to be sealed as well. Ralph wants to stay in the house so he doesn't have to pay child support, and he also wants the court documents to be unsealed. This time he has a lawyer with him, so he's not going to be defending himself, and they are out there like literally going for it. They're going to court. You have like a little 20 minutes later. So once they do their court shenanigans and all of that shit, it seems that Ralph has totally won. Everything that Ralph wanted, he has got. The court documents are unsealed, the records are unsealed, and he can stay in the basement as well. I think still live in the house, basically, and he still doesn't have to pay child support. And he also didn't hand over all of his financial documents. So Ralph won. It seems like Drew didn't get anything that she wanted. And he is saying he wanted it to be unsealed because Drew is out there here lying. We know Drew lies. So, okay. Drew is out here painting it a one-sided picture, like he is the absolute villain and he did all the infidelities. But he is alluding to Drew may have also been sleeping around in these Atlanta streets as well as him. And so he wants everybody to know what is going on. Dammy J says Ralph is a homosexual. I don't know. Ralph is saying he ain't leaving the house because he's paying for it. So does he have a case? Is there something to this? If you've bought the house and you're paying for it, should you be kicked out if you're the one that is footing all of the bills? I don't know. But Ralph has, the judge went with his side of the story. So Ralph isn't being kicked out of the house and he's staying in there. I don't know. I don't know who's right or wrong. I hope it would be great if maybe Jessie Wu, or is her name Sydney, the one that's a lawyer, goes through their court documents and does like a live on that. I would definitely watch that to find out what is in it, what she's trying to hide. I would love that. Oh, Danny M says not Ralph's home video being included. Big cringe. Please let me know more. Like what's been happening? What all has been taking place? Okay, so Drew, as she's leaving the court, she does shout out of the window to him that he is out of order. I didn't write exactly what she said, but that's the drama between those two. And she's sad because everybody's gonna know. El Michelle was saying, I'm stuck on him still not providing his financials. Well, in the summary, it was like he hasn't provided all of his financials as far as she knows. So maybe he's hiding some bits and maybe he gave the foundational books. Like maybe he's doing that. Simone, that's her name. Thank you, Sora. Yes, it is. It's Simone. That's the lawyer. I would really like her to go through these court documents so that we can get an insight into what is happening with their divorce and also why Drew wanted it sealed as well. I want to know what mess she has been up to. I say all though, I still am not sure that these two are actually getting divorced. I still think that this is a bit of a storyline because Ralph has a lot of airtime for a husband who is about to be divorced. Like the fact that he has confessionals as well. I'm just not sure. I don't know if I believe them. at all. This is giving Drew a lot of airtime that she wouldn't have without this divorce. So I think she could be lying. I think so. All right. Okay. So then we go over to the ladies traveling to Nashville. And we have lots of montages of the ladies getting ready, getting their bags together, traveling to the airport, and all of that shenanigans. And it looks like it's going to be a really fun trip. They all look like they're in really good, fun, high spirits to be going to Nashville. And it's a Cowboy Carter themed kind of exploration. And yeah, it looks like they're going to have fun. However, we see Angela and she has missed the flight. And she is looking hot and flustered, and she's sitting down waiting in the airport with her fan. As me and Sade have spoken about numerous times, we also have hot flushes, so I sympathize with her. But the girls go ahead and they kind of have a little bit of bonding time without Angela, which I think puts her on her back foot anyway, toppled by what she's doing with Drew. I kind of felt sorry for her at this moment that she wasn't there with the initial rush of being on the plane, getting in the car, like everybody going to the house all together. I felt like that wasn't the best situation for her, but maybe that was all production and it was all to create more drama. I don't know. I really liked the huge house that Portia had rented for the girls. I thought it was lovely. Beautiful deco. The rooms could have been a little bit better. So Portia gets the best room, as she would, and it was all right. Shamia gets the second best room, as she should, as they are fake best friends. So still, she should get that room. And then it's like a bunk bed situation. Out of order to have a bunk bed with big ass women. Like, that's a bit wild. Like, instead of having 3 different living rooms, maybe there should have been better bedroom space. How about that? But anyway, they walk past then, and then there is like this kind of basement is an area where there's like 6 beds. And I was like, not a dormitory. That's actually out of order. Like, Portia is a bitch. But either way, the women have somewhere to stay and sleep. And it's a nice place, and there is a private chef that they have in there that had made some Nashville barbecue. I was so hungry. It really, really made me hungry even more. It looked delicious. So they're all having a good old time, and they start like talking a little bit about like Angela not being there. And yeah, I felt for Angela. I didn't like that. I was saying production take away and Angela invited Drew. That is true. That is true. But even that, let's say, if I was Drew, is why I'm also saying about the desperation. I just feel like I wouldn't go. I wouldn't want that storyline. I wouldn't want to be the girl that turned up to the woman's party that weren't chatting to me, like just for the sake of having some extra screen time. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be in that position. I don't like that. But yeah. So anyway, Portia is super excited about this trip. She is saying that she did it because she needed to get away with her girls. And then Kelly asks her, like, how are you feeling about this birthday? Like, without, you know, Simon going through the divorce. And then she reveals, I think she is a Gemini. She says that Simon's birthday was on June the 2nd and hers is on June the 22nd. So for the last 3 years, they'd kind of done things together. So she wanted to get out there and celebrate by herself. And I felt for her. I feel like, am I being naive? I think I'm believing Portia. Like, she thought it was right. She loved the stability and she loved the idea of the money. But I actually am believing that she did think that their marriage was real, that he was actually going to provide and he was going to be stable, and she had found her African husband. I believe her now that she actually really did buy into his life. Like, she was truly scammed. Am I being very delusional and naive about this, though? Let me know, because obviously I watched so many years with her as well. So I don't know. I could be feeding into Portia's bullshit, but I felt for her at that moment, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cute. It's a shame that she is missing him. All right, so Angela is late and she brings the drama with her because as soon as she sits down, she basically tells the group that she has invited Drew and that Drew should be making an appearance in this. And Portia did truly look like vexed. But Angela then says that she wants to be the mediator and she wants them to be friends again. And again, I was like, why are you placing yourself in this role, Angela? Like, who called you to be that person? This is very messy. This is really like, I need all the screen time I could get. I still like Angela though, but I don't like that she is doing this. Maybe it would have made a little bit more sense. I don't know, maybe I don't know. Maybe Kelly. Maybe Kelly doing it would have been more fitting. It just feels like it's kind of going outside of Angela's character to be this messy, but maybe she is messy. I still want her to be there next season though, so you know, let's see how it goes. Will Smith says, Portia, she was 10 toes down for Simon. He seemed sensible when he was on the show and Portia's show. Okay, so you don't think I'm being too naive about believing her? And Shayla says, yeah, I agree, Portia is naive. Okay, so yeah, maybe I am reading this right. I'm kind of believing her on this. Okay, so then they have like a kind of breakout scene where we can see all of the women calling their various partners or home and then getting ready for their big night out. Angela is talking to Charles, and Charles, I think Charles is absolutely pretending not to be able to hear her because he doesn't want to chat on the phone. That's what I think is absolutely taken. Shamia is talking to her husband. That wasn't necessary. And then Angela calls up Drew and tells Drew everything is cool and she should come. That is wicked work. I was like, that's actually bang out of order. That is totally like, that is not the truth. It's not cool. Portia doesn't want her there. It's a hostile environment. And if you are supposed to be this girl's brethren, why are you letting her walk into this? Especially when she tells you, I've had a hard week with my court case and I just want to have fun, when you know it ain't going to be fun. That is wicked behavior from Angela, but she does it anyway. Kelly is being super extra by bringing her stylist, who she has everywhere with her. It's like, and to be fair, I don't know what the stylist is doing because I don't think Kelly ever looks that good at all. Like, it's a unnecessary expense when she has that stylist with her. And this time the stylist was dressing her and dressing Brit as well. They had their baps out and they looked a little bit cowgirlish, like type of theme thing. Nothing great. I think Portia looked the best in her kind of white fluffy Sutton Bolero or whatever. I think Portia looked really good. Angela looked absolutely crazy. She was wearing lace, see-through lace, and you could see her batty and just like big knicker pants. Very silly. I just thought it looked stupid. She could have done better. And I thought Shamia, though earlier on Shamia looked crazy, I think in this iteration Shamia looks okay. She was in a black leather number with large stud holes all over it, like bullet holes type of effect, but she looked good. I thought Shamia looked okay. The others, I don't remember. I think Cynthia looked like she had taken it very literal and was in a full-on cowboy attire type thing, and that just looked very hot, really, because she was covered. So I don't know. I don't know what that is. And I have or maybe this was later on. There was a question that I had for you guys. Was it here? Now it's on my mind. I'm just going to bring it up. At some point, yeah, you see Brit and Kelly, and they're in the bedroom, and I couldn't understand what Brit said properly. Did Brit say, I have a Glock in case anybody gets too out of pocket, and then Kelly follows in with I've got sage and something else. But did she say she has a Glock or locks? Like as in Glock, as in gun, or was she saying I have locks? Please let me know, because I rewound it 3 times and I still couldn't understand properly because of her nose. But I was like, if this is true, this girl is crazy if she's out here saying the same thing. I don't know. But anyway, so when they get to the bar that they're all going to, the girls ride a mechanical bull, and some of them did actually okay. Portia did the shittish. She only lasted for 7 seconds. Shamia won. She held on to that bull for dear life, and she did 51 seconds. I've done a mechanical bull. Like, they're bloody hard. So for her to have held on for that long, that's crazy. And Kelly lasted quite a long time as well. She lasted 47 seconds. Okay, you guys are, so she said lock. All right, thank you. Christian J said, someone said when she was at the airport, she looked like a sharecropper, laughing my ass off. Shamia, a sharecropper is wild, but I see what they're saying. Thank you. Thank you, El Michelle. She said lock. It wasn't Glock. Okay, thank you. I was literally like, she can't have said Glock. Like, that's wild for her mentioning a gun again. But I wanted to clarify. I wanted to clarify if that's what happened. All right. So then they move on, and then they all sit down. And you know when they're going to sit down for a dinner on a girls' trip, some shit is going to take place. So they set that up. And then we move to Drew is in a bar. And Dennis is buying her bottles. Why? Why is I know Drew's celebrating that they've got a deal and all of that, but still, if you two are supposed to only be like partial friends, like not even that close, why is Dennis out here sending bottles to your table? Why are you FaceTiming him? I thought you two didn't even talk on the phone properly. It was only texting, but now we're seeing FaceTimes. Drew is also very messy. She definitely is. So yeah, she's FaceTiming. She's having bottles with her sister. She's in Dennis's bar. Okay. And they're in VIP. Drew's messy. So you're going to Dennis's bar. This is what Portia was talking about. Okay, thank you guys. Right. The girls a lot. Okay. So yes. So then we go back. After we have that little ditty of seeing Drew chatting with Dennis, FaceTiming, and him buying her drinks and shit, we go back to the girls sitting at the table, and Portia and Angela get into it. Now, there was a lot of this getting into with their back and forth, and I tried my best to get as much details as I could. Okay? All right. Jordan said Dennis wants a peach. Dennis absolutely does want a peach. By hook or by crook, he wants one. And Drew is desperate enough. I wouldn't be surprised if next season Drew is like, in order to stay in the show, she is now going to actually be out and proud and be doing a thing with Dennis. That wouldn't surprise me. That could absolutely happen. All right, so Portia and Angela getting into it at the table. They're going back and forth. They're arguing over Angela standing firm that this trip should be for everybody, and it should be a time for everybody to reconcile and be brethrens again and have a good time. And it's not right that Drew would be left out of that. Portia is standing firm. This is my birthday trip. This is for my birthday, and I didn't invite her, so you shouldn't have invited her. Now, as they go back and forth on this, it goes to Portia actually saying that she is surprised that Angela is doing this because she thought that Angela was kind and demure, etc. But she says, actually, Angela is demanding and stressful. And Portia then says, Angela is doing too much. I agree with her. Angela is absolutely doing too much. Now, when Portia goes on to actually cuss off Angela a little bit more, where she said, what kind of glue are you using in your motherfucking wig, and you're still not understanding, I actually was laughing. But when, as Sade would call her, a big P, when she goes for somebody, I actually think she is one of the best, especially this season. I don't think there's anybody that has mouth like Portia in this season. She will go in on you, and it was great. Angela was still trying. She still tried to, and she was hanging on by her nails, like arguing with Portia as well, saying like, you know, her stance on Drew is that Drew should be involved in this and that they should be able to settle their differences, and she is here to make peace. And you know, it's like Angela said that Portia should have told her to her face on FaceTime when they were on Zoom, when she said that Drew was going to be invited, that she should have said, no, you cannot invite her. And as she didn't, she took that as license to invite her. Angela then goes on to say that Portia is basically trying to act all big and bad because their little friends are there. She goes on to say that she wears size 12 shoes, and she is standing on her own 2 feet. Guys, isn't size 12 shoes huge? Or like size 12 is like really big, no? Isn't that like man sizes? I was like perplexed. Like, how does Angela find shoes if that's how it goes? So, but anyway, she was standing on business, and she definitely was going toe to toe with Portia, and she tried her best. Yvonne says size 12 is a UK 10. That's huge. Like, most of the time you're not getting over an 8 and 9 in the UK. That is really big feet. But yeah, so I know she's tall, but I wasn't expecting, and she's so small. Like, they must look like flippers. Her feet must look crazy. I actually want to see. El Michelle saying yes, and that would what's your point? I have big feet too. Me, her, and Wendy Williams. Sorry, El Michelle. Christian says, calm down, Nana, I'm wearing 11. I just surprised. I just didn't think she was gonna have such big feet. That's all. And Mel Michelle says, and I am well grounded. Listen, I ain't got the smallest feet either, but yeah, I just wanted to know if I had heard that correctly. So yeah, so then Angela says to the group that she won't allow women to talk about one woman who isn't there, and I think that is fair. That is fair to stand on that. But so far, what they'd been showing us was Angela was the one that was bringing up Drew the most. But anyway, so Portia then explains to the rest of the girls in the group who may not know why she has a bit of beef with Drew, because her and Drew did used to be close. So I guess these girls may be thinking, why isn't Drew there as well? She says that Drew started doing some shady shit with what she was doing going on. So they stopped doing business together. And then she says that she is out here working with whomever and she can do what she's doing, but she doesn't want any parts of it. Then Lauren said that she is actually it was Shamia clarifies that she is working with Dennis, and then Lauren says that there may be more to that working relationship, and then one of Portia's friends says she sucked some dick as well. That's messy as hell. We don't know she is out here sucking dick or not. I don't know. Britt says that is too much, because Britt is probably feeling very triggered at this point that anybody is talking about dick sucking in front of her. So then Portia says Drew and Dennis, I don't know what they have done, but fellatio is his thing. Apparently he doesn't really say that he has slept with women. Like, when Portia would ask him, he would be like, "This, I didn't really sleep with her. This person just gave me head. This one just gave me head," and that is in order to balance his body count. But fellatio is his thing, and the woman then, she did say, she backed it up by saying that she may have heard that Drew has been out here sucking his dick as well. I don't know, but it was messy. It was a messy situation, and Angela you're not helping this messy situation by bringing Drew into this as well. It was a lot. So that's how it ended. We are still at the dinner table. There's still beef. We know that it's probably gonna escalate into something else, and then we get next time on the Real Housewives, and next week does look bloody fantastic. Can't lie, it looks very good. Some shit goes off. Obviously, they're all drunk anyway, so it looks like they're all having a very wild time, and they were doing shots all day long. We hear Angela saying that Portia has been telling everybody her business while she was drunk. We see Drew arrives to Nashville as well, and it's not long before Drew is saying she is leaving at a dinner table because it's childish, and Portia says good riddance. So we know that there isn't going to be any peace, and we know anyway, whenever the girls go on a girls trip, mayhem ensues and everybody is beefing. So next week is looking like it's going to be an absolutely fantastic show. Let's see. I think next week is when we're going to have Sade back again. I think we may be changing the date, but that is everything that took place. Guys, did I leave anything out? How did I do? Let me know in the chat. Did I cover everything? I think I got it all down. I did watch this twice. I never watch it twice. Generally, I can retain the information, but I had to watch this twice. So I hope Will Smith says, was it just me, or did they intimate that Dennis Dick was the one in the video with Brit, or was I miles off with that? Oh, I don't think Dennis has anything to do with this. I don't think so. I think that would have come up. Thank you, Shayna. Thank you. Oh, Michelle, thank you, guys. Thank you so much. All right, let me drop the link in. If anybody wants to come on and chat and share your opinions on this as well, what you thought, please do. Don't leave me hanging. Even if you're just coming to just say hello, please join in. Jump on. Let's have a little chat. Answer any of my questions. Did I get it? Have I got it wrong with Portia? Was Portia more calculated, or was she naive about Simon? Was Angela absolutely out of order for inviting Drew? One, is Angela out of order in having Drew come into the lion's den when she knows nobody wants to chat to her as well? Oh, Michelle! Yay! I didn't even have to beg for too long.
Okay. How are you? Can you hear me okay, first of all?
Yes, I can. Okay. How are you?
Good. I'm doing pretty good. Just I see somebody said they have to go back to work. I literally am avoiding work, so this is like my way of avoiding work.
Yes, thank you.
No problem. Yeah, I'll put my YouTube. I would put my YouTube viewership before work every day, but that's okay. I work around it.
That's fair. That's okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What did you think of the episode? How was it?
I actually enjoyed the episode. I do feel like it was a filler episode, but for it being a filler episode, I feel like there was some gems that we can take along with us, I guess you could say. I do feel like I like Cynthia in the group. I like seeing more of Cynthia. I do enjoy Cynthia. I do feel like she doesn't really fit in with this group. I do feel like she is the auntie that came along on the trip with everybody. I do like, I enjoy when they bring in girls who are not housewives so we can get other perspectives. Like we can see the girls' actual friends, like Portia's sister, her other two friends, Monietta came back through. I really enjoy seeing all of them and all of them having a thought or sharing their opinion or asking the questions. Like someone asks, "Where's Drew?" and having Portia have to explain herself to someone in the group that's not, someone who's not in the group, who might not know everything.
Oh, that's true, actually. You know what? Actually, well, hopefully, maybe while they're still in Nashville, we'll see more. But Amina, that's the one. She's the dark-skinned lady that has the two twins that used to go viral quite a lot. She's actually very chatty online. I hope we get to hear from her.
Was she the one who made the comment about them having sex, or? Was that the one who was sitting on the very
No,
end who made that comment? Or that was somebody else?
that's somebody else. So
Okay.
Amina was opposite. They flashed to her quite a lot just in her facial expressions. She
Hmm.
seemed to be like really firm in, and Angela has taken the piss, like just through her
Hmm.
facial expression. But she's
Yeah.
actually quite funny. I agree with you. I would like to hear from Portia's friends because all of them are personalities actually that
Yeah. And
she's
you know what?
invited.
It felt like, and I have noticed this since Kenya was on Carlos King, was it a year or two ago, when she mentioned how they used to audition the housewives in the group. How they
Yes.
might have a party or a celebration or something like that, and they would have these random girls who are auditioning to be a part of the group. I'm wondering if those 3 or 4 girls that came back through, were they auditioning to be, since we don't have Kenya anymore, and we don't know if Phaedra is coming back on at this point. So I wonder if they were auditioning additional girls at that point. Maybe maybe they know the writings on the wall for Britt, because things are not looking right with Britt as far as she does show up violently. So I'm like, maybe
Yeah.
they know next year we need to start laying the foundation and the groundwork that we need more
Yeah.
girls, things like that. Because
Ooh.
I feel like the violence just runs off of Britt's mouth so easily, because that statement about locks, like I have locks. I'm sorry, I'm not from the hood, but I know hood things. So I know when you mention a lock, that means I'm going to hit you with this lock. Like that's what happened when we were in school. Like somebody would hit somebody with a lock. That's how you got a fight started.
Hey,
But
I knew I wasn't too off base. All right, I was off base with a gun, but there was a violent connotation to it. Thank
that's
you.
how I
Okay, cool.
felt. That's what I
Yeah.
took. I took violence from it, because, and then, and for Kelly to go back and say, well, I bought sage and something for healing or something. Like she know her friend is violent. That's why she switched the topic, or what they were talking about.
I
And
see.
then,
I see.
yeah.
We have Christian Jane is here. I'm going to add you onto the stage as well, so all 3 of us can chat. There we go.
Can I just
Hey,
say something, Christian?
Christian.
You are
Hi.
absolutely gorgeous, Christian. Every time you come on the screen, I'm just like, give me life, please. Thank you.
I decided to wear my hat in honor of Cowboy Carter
Yes.
today since we had the Cowboy Carter episode.
Well done. Well done. And we need you to be wearing it next week as well.
I'm going to wear it. I'm going to wear it. I also I also brought a size 11 shoe on screen so you can see how big it is. This is my shoe, size 11. It's kind of big, but it's not that bad.
No?
It's sturdy. That's
Okay,
what that
that
is.
wasn't
It's
actually
sturdy.
It's hard to find shoes that go up to
I would have
12.
thought
So I actually want to know where Angela shops, because usually it stops at 11.
Yeah.
So
Can I say something? I remember, because I'm a size 11 as well, and I will agree it was hard to shop for shoes in a size 11. I brought her name up before. I blame and actually give credit to Wendy Williams, because she used to bring it up on her show all of the time about the fact that she was a size 11, she needed a size 12, or she would bring it up all the time. And then all of a sudden you started noticing people started carrying the 11s, the 12s, like designers started carrying those eventually.
yes,
So
yes.
I actually put it on her, because she would constantly talk about how big her feet were. And I was just like, yes, finally somebody who understands my plight. Like somebody who finally understands it.
It's so hard. And then,
Hmm.
so I usually, most of my shoes come from Stuart Weitzman because
Hmm.
he does carry cute shoes and he carries 11s for me. But then if I have like 2 pairs of Manolo Blahniks, and like I have to get a 13 because they run small and they run very narrow. You know?
wow.
But he just started carrying 13s, I think maybe 5 years ago. Yeah,
Okay,
it's
Yeah.
hard.
okay.
It's hard.
So a
Like I don't know
size
what it
13
is. Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
and you, so that's like a size 11. Yeah, that's quite big. You'd be hard pressed to find any shoes that size. I 9, 10.
You wear a 10?
So yeah, that would be your 9, 10. That's the size I wear.
Okay.
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 Yeah. Yeah.
I
That I
have
feel
small
like
feet.
Yeah, I feel like 9s and 10s. I feel like I see it. I know. Well, I don't want to say I know, but I feel like that's almost like a usual size, like a 9 or a 10. But maybe that's just the big women I deal with. I don't know, but
8 and 9, I think, are the most common American sizes for women.
I can see
I
that.
think
Yeah.
it's like the average. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That would
I
make
don't know, but
sense.
these kids are
Sorry,
coming
my
out
internet
big.
is going crazy.
The kids are coming out huge and stuff. So like they're like 13 and like 6 feet tall. So I'm sure they
Yeah.
have bigger feet.
I blame the milk and the steroids, but that's
These
that's a whole
hormones that are in the food.
right. That's a whole nother
See
conversation.
Oh my
it. Sorry.
goodness. Oh
Right,
my
Christian, let
goodness.
us know. What do you think of the episode? How was it for you?
I thought it was a fun episode. It did feel like incomplete. I don't know. I feel like all of the episodes this season have been going by very quickly. And I don't know if that
Mm,
is just me, but overall I like the episode. I like this season. Even though I hate what happened with Kenya. Um I I think Angela is like messy, but not in a way that is, she's messy in a way that she should be as a newbie, right? She's kind of securing that she
okay,
needs to come back. But
true.
she's not violent messy like Brit. Um,
Okay, okay.
so I think that her inviting, like in real life, inviting like someone on a trip, on someone's birthday trip that does not like mess with that person is like, girl, you have lost your mind. But it's the show, right? Like it's,
Yes.
I think it's also like Portia. I don't think Portia uninvited Drew because I'm not sure Portia has the authority to uninvite Drew because I feel like this was like a cast trip. Like I think that this was supposed to be a cast trip, right? And
Right,
so
right.
that's also
Yeah.
what makes it like, it makes it more difficult and harder to critique because it's not real life. In real life, she would have, Portia's done a lot more for a lot less. Like
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly. The truth.
so I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I feel like Portia knew that Drew would be invited, but she casually did not include her in that face video call or whatever it
Oh,
was. She
yeah.
casually never said, no, this is my party. She cannot come. There was enough beds for everybody. Therefore, production selected that house. You can't tell me that not Drew. You couldn't tell me that Portia would have picked that house. And then like these girls get paid by the episode. Like they get paid, like they might have a contract, but they get their check by how many episodes they're in. We kind of learned that with Nene.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you don't show up to an all cast event, you're almost guaranteeing that you're not going to get your paycheck for that week. And I feel like she had, whether she just came there for one day and was just like, get out. I was here, I made my mark, and I'm gone, you know?
Okay.
I
Okay.
agree with that.
Okay. Oh, thank you for that. That makes sense. Yes, that's helpful. So that's why she could just pop in and go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then also your production is also, listen, Angela is going to be probably she's going up there as a housewife that she knows how to play the game. And I feel like production sees that off of her and they probably said like, we need you to get Drew into coming to this event. You know what I'm saying? Into coming um to
Right.
Nashville.
Yep.
Because you are her friend, you are her lifeline. Everybody else, it probably would be weird if she, if somebody else threw the lifeline, it needs to be you, Angela, that throws the lifeline to try to bring her in. And that, I can see that. I can see that. And I do agree. It is shady. I would not like it. I would not be that one, but that's in real life. But we're making a television show. I need these girls to show up for my entertainment. That's how I feel.
Yes. Yes. I
I
agree.
feel you. I feel you.
I agree. I don't know.
What do you guys think?
Hmm?
No,
What's
go on,
that?
Christian. Finish what you're going to say.
I was just
Finish what
saying
you're going to say.
I love the I love the way that Angela is working. So like part of it is like Portia kept those boundaries and didn't say that Drew couldn't come because Portia knows, like she's been on the show for so long that she knows like how things work. She knows the optics of things. And I definitely feel like in the background production was like, well, what do you think about Drew not coming? Don't you like Drew?
Hmm.
Should you invite her? I don't think that that is like a decision that Angela just made on her own because
Right.
while I do think that Angela wants to like be messy enough to kind of keep interest, I don't think she wants any smoke from any of the girls, especially
Mm,
not an OG. So like she wouldn't
yes.
have just invited Drew to Portia's thing on her own.
Yes. Okay. That's fair. That's fair. And of all the people to have an argument with, arguing with Portia, I guess is bullshit, but it can go left on you, like because she is an OG, everybody could turn against you in a way. I kind of want more for Angela. I want her to be safe. I want people to like her because I like her.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah, I would
Kelly.
agree, but I'm sorry. I would agree, and I do. And okay, I like Angela. I do agree. Some people might feel like, oh, you shouldn't go against the OG, but I feel like Angela can hold her own. Do you see that old man that she has to deal with every day? She can hold her own against Portia and the rest of these women. Like you can tell, he gets smart with her on a regular basis, and she probably says something like, underhanded that's actually funny, and squashes whatever beef they might have, whatever issues. I feel like she can handle it because even the glue comment, she let that roll off her back. Like, Angela, it's time for you to have a glue sponsorship, miss. Like, I'm just like sponsorships. Like, I feel like she can hold her own, especially with somebody like Portia.
Yeah. Angela is also like, Angela is a year older than my mom. And so I
Yeah.
think that there's also just a part of just being like an older black woman. You've seen so much stuff, you've experienced so much stuff. Like a lot of these things are not a big deal to you anymore, right? Like
Mhm.
not having a bit of messiness with your family is like whatever. Like I think that that is probably the more challenging stuff to navigate. So like dealing with these girls throwing shade about her wig and like, oh, you're going through menopause. I don't think that this stuff
Mhm.
affects her. I don't think it
I don't.
rules. I think
Yeah.
she's like, whatever. I
Yeah.
will say though, um, I wish that Angela would lean more into her age a bit
Yeah.
because she looks incredible and like she is I think the oldest housewife ever on at least Atlanta. And so I think that
Yeah.
that means something.
Yeah.
And I think it was somebody in this episode, was it Brooke? It was somebody or not Brooke, Britt. I don't know. Maybe I could just be saying her because I don't like her. But somebody like shaded her and was like, "You look 55." And I'm like, "You're trying to call her old, but she's older than 55. Do you know how old she is?"
Wait, stop. I'm sorry, Christian. Is she 60 something?
She's
Because
62, I believe.
if
Yeah.
you
She's
Google
60.
her, it said that she said that she was 43. Like if I
She's
literally
she's fine.
Googled it. I Googled it and it said that she said she was 43. I was like, well, is she joking? Because like I'm older than 43 and I look younger than her. So what is happening? Like I'm just like, so what is happening? I don't know. I don't know if the numbers that we're getting is 100% right. Because I feel like I don't know if she's even 60 something.
I
Like
think
is
she
she 60?
is. I
I
feel
think
like
it's
let
out
me.
there that she's 60. I
I
think
think
she's
she's
62.
62.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
pretty sure.
Right,
Um,
Kate. Angela said herself that she is 43.
I think she might be pulling
I
like
mean,
a Drew and just
I'm
like
about to say,
being
is she
like
doing
a
Drew?
straight
Okay.
face, silly. Because I was actually trying to find the age for Kelly, and the age that is often online for her is
Mhm.
31. I'm like, there's
Oh
no
no,
way that Kelly is younger than me and has a 17-year-old daughter that's
17-year-old.
not. But she even said
Yeah.
herself that she just turned 40. So I
Yes.
think
Yeah.
some of these ages, I don't know where these things are coming from online,
Okay.
but I actually think I believe that Brit is the youngest at
Okay.
37, which
Mm,
I appreciate because I know years ago the girls were a lot younger. Like Portia was in her 20s. She was like 27,
Yeah.
28 when she
mhm,
started. And like now the youngest one we have on the show was 37.
mhm.
Yeah.
I think that's nice. I think that
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
nice to see. Cynthia
Yeah.
is in her mid 50s. Kenya
Yeah.
is in her mid 50s. Nene is in her late 50s. Candy, Shamia, Portia are all in their 40s. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's nice to see.
It's more
I
true to
agree.
life when you have all of that money as well. It's more true
It's
to life that you
true.
would do in your later 30s to your 40s to your 50s. It actually
That's
Mhm.
so
makes
true.
more sense than young people in their 20s thinking, I should be a millionaire. It's not going to happen like that. Like give yourself time to grow into your profession, to meet your mate, for your mate to make money, all of that. It takes a bit of time. I quite
Yeah.
like that as a thing. Also, I did skip over Brit saying she sounds nasal because she's
Mm,
had a nose job. And
mm,
I
mm,
felt
mm,
like,
mm.
oh, now we know why she sounds
It
like that.
makes sense.
Like
Yeah.
because of her.
Uh,
Yeah,
Something that I
yeah.
will say
Her nose
about
job.
Brit, and I hate to say this, I really do. So I've seen a couple of interviews with the ladies like outside of the show, like the upcoming after show that they're starting next week, and just random interviews. I do I kind of like Brit's style a little bit. Not so much on the show, but I've been seeing her recently, and not when I watch What Happens Live. I don't know what she was wearing on that,
Mm.
but like sometimes the way she dresses, I'm like, that is very cute. I really like that. I also like her hair. I think I know what kind of hair extension she has. I love that.
Yeah,
It's like flawless and seamless, but very expensive,
yeah,
not cheap. um and
yeah.
yeah, I kind of like that, but I don't really like her. I
Yeah.
don't see it for her. And the thing is, if she weren't so aggressive and if her voice wasn't so annoying,
Mhm.
I feel like I could like all of the new girls because I like Kelly and I like Angela. And typically I am very hard on the new girls in terms of like liking them.
Mhm.
I really wasn't a fan of Drew for her first two seasons, but now I'm just like, whatever. She's here now. I don't I hate
Yeah,
this. I love Shamia. I really do. I never wanted to see her as a housewife though.
yeah.
Um
But now that you have her, you like
Hey,
that she's here.
I think I don't know
yeah,
if I love Shamia as a housewife, but she's definitely growing on me.
Mhm,
And I also kind of think that she has earned it. Like she's
mhm.
been around for
yeah.
years.
She
Like,
has, she has.
Can I
yeah.
just
So I,
I think she's definitely earned it. She's earned it.
yeah,
We just need to see more of her, like really, like what her storylines are. I want to see more of Shamia, but I really
yes.
like her. She is still my favorite. Still my
I feel
favorite.
One
like
thing about
Love
one thing
her.
about Shamia that I am like, girl, get over it. Is like this wanting to have another baby.
mm,
Girl, you are struggling, like maybe not financially struggling, but struggling emotionally and like health wise with the two kids you have now.
mhm,
Give yourself some time. Wait a couple of years. See if you really do want another kid. I think this is also why we end up in a world with like the Andrew Tates and all of these people because people are just having kids out of obligation or like because it's like a cute thing to do. Like, let's have a mixed baby or whatever. And like these kids aren't really getting the real care and attention and love that they need or the resources that they need. The resources isn't going to be an issue with Shamia and her husband, but if you're like growing up and watching your mom cry and like struggle with your sisters having health issues, or if you're personally having health issues, or like all of these other things, like those things like wear on kids over time and they carry that into their adulthood. And unfortunately,
Yes.
it seems like men are not as able to adjust to those challenges like women are. Like we as women go through so much, right? And so this is like, it's another thing. Not to say that we should even have to go through that, right? But like right now we're seeing men act out. And I'm like, I wonder where that came from. Like I wonder what path did this man's life take for him to get to this point to where he's now acting out. Yeah. She needs to let the
Mm.
baby go. Girl, let it
That's
go.
cool.
I wanna speak on that real quick, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
So as it relates to
Yep.
Shamia and her having the baby, I do get it. I understand it. I really do. But sometimes as women, we get this dream in our head and it's achievable. We feel like it's achievable. We feel like we can make it. We have all of these things that's lined up. She has the help. She has her family. She has the husband. She has the home. She has the money. She has the finance. She has the resources. She has the people that's there that can help contribute. She can have a surrogate. She can have somebody else carry this, but she can have all of that. I do agree that Shamia has a lot on her plate, and I do feel like her adding another baby right now in this moment might be a lot to add to her plate and everything, but as a woman who has fought to have children, sometimes you just have to let that girl do what she needs to do. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes that's a dream that she has, that she wants another child. I think what she really wants, and I really feel like what it is that her husband wants a son. So I really feel it like where it is, and I feel like she has put that on herself, and she feel like she needs to achieve that. Achieve that. I am scared for her if she has another child that has learning disabilities. I am scared for her. If she has another child that does not make it to term, I am scared for her if that does happen. But what I do appreciate about Shamia is she's not afraid to give us the good, the bad, and the ugly on this TV show. And I
Mm.
do feel like this year is not going to be the year of her telling us about her journey with having another baby. I feel like next year is probably going to be that journey for her. But at the same time, I'm here for it because a lot of us women, we put our bodies through hell for the desires of a man. You know, if that makes sense. And we call it our dream. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'm here for watching her on that journey. I'm here for us saying, girl, I'm here for Christian saying his feelings about her. I'm sorry, her feelings about how you want her to like let that go, and I'm here for me on the other end saying I understand that dream, and I understand
Yeah.
you're questioning it, everybody else questioning it. I understand that dream for her. So for me, I can't be too harsh on her wanting that just for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hear you.
I
And I
agree. I
really
agree.
I empathize with Shamia. I'm just like, if you want another car, if you want another house, run for that. But like, if you're just having a baby to make your husband happy, or you're like, just give it time, right? Think about the current situation that you're in.
Hmm.
Help your girls navigate. You know what I mean? Give them a couple of years to adjust,
I would
and then
agree with
if you're
that.
like,
Yeah.
I still want a kid and this is like, I still want a son and this is how this is going to work out for me. Yeah, I want, I think, and it's not just me. I think it's before anybody has kids, think about the life that they are going to lead, right? Like, think about the experiences that they're going to have, and like how the way that they grow up is going to affect them into adulthood. I think having kids is like
Yeah.
such a sweet thing, and I'm definitely not anti-kid. But I am actually so pro kid to the point to where it's like, really, I really want people to think about what they're doing before
Yeah.
they do it, beyond just like, let's have a beautiful family photo and this lovely family with two boys and two girls and a backyard. But
Hmm.
I hear y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just feel like there's
I think
nothing.
it's.
I feel
I
like.
love that conversation. This is important to have these types of conversations, though, as well,
Mhm.
to actually see the two sides of it. Because I do think there is, especially when people are wealthy, a desire to because we can afford a child, we're just going to have that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
actually, it's like, no, there's more to it, and design a baby of it all to be like, and then we would want a boy or we would want a girl. Watching K Michelle talking about that and the embryos that she has, and she's like, I just keep on producing boy embryos, but I really want a girl. And it's like, that's not how life should be. Like,
Right.
you shouldn't be selecting the gender of your children. There's just something I find really icky about this. Like, yeah, it doesn't sit right with me. So I understand the maybe just hold off or wait a couple of years and
Yeah.
truly have that desire grow. Because definitely when you want to have a child, there's no stopping you as long as
Yeah.
it can happen. Like when that seed is within you, there is it's visceral. Like it actually hurts when you don't have one. I definitely experienced that. Like just it was hard. We tried for so long. It was like such a long journey, but that burning desire didn't go away. And it's
Right.
I don't begrudge anybody when they're in those moments and you have that desire that you will try anything by hook or by crook for it to take place. But I think sometimes be measured with it as well.
Yeah.
It's a conversation.
I want to be a mom too. And like, it hasn't happened for me for a number of reasons. And like also in part because of like the political landscape that we're in America right now. I'm just like, I don't it's going to get more difficult for me, and I definitely don't want to like bring a child into a situation like this. But yeah, I
Mm.
don't know. Think about
Yeah,
the
I get it.
kids. Think about the kids. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like, but I do hope that, Shamia figures it out with her daughters. And
Yeah. 'Cause
yeah,
the thing is,
I
I
like
don't.
Shamia. Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna say I'm sorry. The one thing I do love about Shamia is her being a girl mom, and like I love a spoiled black girl. I love a spoiled black girl, and I'm just like, just give me two spoiled little black girls. Like, I just give me those two, and I understand you might want an extra one. I get it, but girl, if you don't spoil them two up, like they're enough. Like I just felt like they're enough, and yeah, I just maybe it's the me, I'm just cool with one. Girl, you got to love on them of it all. But and the thing is, one other thing, you said something about famous people. There was somebody famous, Steph Curry and his wife Aisha. They had 3 kids already, and she made a comment saying, "I just felt like somebody was missing in our family. I just felt like somebody was missing in our family," and that for her was having a fourth child, and I just feel like that comes to everybody differently, I guess you could say. Because at first, when I heard, I'm like, y'all having another kid? Y'all got 3, y'all fine. But I just feel like the desire of the family that people want to create and bring on this earth and they want to raise is different for everyone else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
because
Yeah.
some of us would be like, girl, just adopt. You can adopt. Some people just
yeah.
want their, because I'm that person. I'm just like, girl, adopt. Where is he from? Ghana? Go to Ghana and adopt a child from Ghana. Like, there's other ways that you can build and grow your family.
Something else that I just
Yeah.
thought about is like a lot of the housewives are like moms to girls. Like Cynthia has a
Mm.
daughter, Kenya has a daughter,
Oh,
Portia has a daughter, Drew has a son and daughter.
Mhm.
Um, uh, Kelly has 3 daughters.
Or
3 or 4?
she
Three.
has 4.
4.
Hmm.
Yeah,
four.
because she has twins,
Four.
the oldest, and then a younger one. Yeah, and I agree with you. Like, spoil these Black girls, right?
I
Like,
love to see it. I love to see
make
it.
them feel. Candy has a daughter. Well, she's got a daughter and 2 sons now, I think. But like, her daughter was her first and only
Hmm.
for a while. Um, but yeah, I love to see it.
Oh, yes, yes. Everyone's just saying Phaedra has 2 sons. Yeah, she's got 2 boys.
Phaedra
Yeah,
She'll
has
be.
okay, yeah. Phaedra has
and
2 sons.
yeah,
How
and
do
they're
y'all feel
spoiled as
about
well.
Phaedra coming back? So Phaedra also confirmed in an interview she's only on like 5 or 6 episodes. So she's coming like I'm
Oh,
thinking way at the end of the season.
so we got
Um
ages. Can you guys tell me how many episodes is it usually? Is it 22?
it's usually 22. Yeah, like between 22 and
Wow.
23.
Yeah, that's usually with the reunion, right?
Yeah. And
Okay,
the
yeah.
reunion is usually 2 parts on average. Sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 1. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Okay. So we have weeks.
We got time.
We have, we,
We're not even halfway there.
right.
Yeah.
But I will say this about Atlanta. At least I feel like we are going somewhere. I feel like I'm being entertained for the last, 5 or 7 episodes that we've had so far. And I'm excited for the second half or the next few episodes. I'm just going to take this back to Potomac. I just remember like the first 2 episodes of Potomac, I felt like it was promising. And then it just slowly tapered down to me, for me, to me. And I feel like we ticked upward till we got to the Kenya of it all. But now I feel like we're starting to plateau a little bit, I guess. But every once in a while we get a highlight of, I wasn't expecting this from a newbie. I didn't expect Drew to say, asked if she was selling the pee. Like every once in a while there's a uptick of, okay, these girls are keeping me entertained, things like that. Can I ask something? How do y'all feel about Shamia's clothing choices, her style?
I said this. I think, did I come on live and say this? I think I either called in or came on live and said this weeks ago. Tacky.
Yes.
Tacky.
That's the word. That is the word. It's tacky.
It's not. No, girl. No.
Like I see. I'm like, girl, I'm rooting for you. You winning. You are winning. But I was rooting for something different than what you're giving us. Like,
now
I think
it's expensive. That's the thing. And I think that is also, I love fashion. I've always loved fashion, but I think that has been like a problem for a long time. Is like people think just because they're wearing designer or doing the absolute most that it looks good. And it's like neither one of those things are true. You could be doing a little bit and look good. You could not be wearing designer and look good.
She likes to tag herself as Atlanta's best friend. Shamia does. She likes to tag herself as Atlanta's best friend. And I feel like her wardrobe is so Atlanta.
It is. That's true.
It's slightly new money. I'm putting all the designers on. I want you to see that I have money. This is Gucci. This is Fendi. This is Prada. Yes, they're all different styles, but you can afford it. I can. Like, that's really what it gives. And I love me some Shamia, but it is giving new money.
Yeah, I just
want her to.
Yes, it is.
I feel like next season she could have like a little B storyline of she hired a stylist who's helping her with her style. It can be like, it don't have to be her main storyline. Just show us that you're trying to work with your style a little bit, sis.
Yeah. And with that said, Kelly, girl. The thing is, I do love how fun Kelly's looks are. Like, even if I don't like it, I can tell that she was like doing a thing and like it's fun. But like, I also feel like it leans a little, it's too much. Now, I think she dresses better than Shamia, but I'm just like, it's too much. And bringing the stylist on the trip, girl.
I feel like that stylist is just dressing her the way he always wanted to dress his Barbie. Like, I just feel like I'm just like he's living out of fantasy. Like, girl, if I had these boobs, I would do them like this.
Yes.
Like, I just and don't get me wrong, I love her. I like her stylist. I enjoy her stylist. He is a key, but I just feel like all them titties, girl. All them titties. That's every time she come on the scene, it's just like all them titties.
It's a lot all the time. Like, and like, even I don't know if y'all saw the little clip when Drew came in, like for the scenes for the next episode. When Drew comes in, Kelly is like has on this robe and it's like see-through and like it's so, I'm like, girl.
Yeah, even her confessional.
You ain't even at home.
Right. No, even her confessional, she had that net diamond suit on with the fur covering. I'm like, girl, what do we okay.
This is the
dress that Mia was talking about when she was a stripper. This is the stripper dress that Mia was talking about.
It's
that's how Kelly dresses though. I think
it's
more than a stylist. He's not a stylist, she's just a personal shopper. So you know when you just have a personal shopper, you can be like, oh, pick me this, pick me that, but he's not styling her. She doesn't have a look where you're like, oh, a stylist did that for you. Like, she just looks like somebody that goes into a store and is like, that would suit me, that would fit me, bring that to my house, show my boobs. She needs a stylist. Shamia is a stylist. Somebody who is like your whole demeanor, everything that you want to give off. This is the style that we are going to put out there. At this moment in time, she's just putting on clothes, and those white go-go boots. Please, come on, that's crazy.
Not working. Not working. I agree with you. Like a lot of a lot of people in the housewives are lacking that ability to like edit and like really curate a look beyond it just
Yes,
simply being designer and like the colors matching. And that's one
yes,
thing that I do appreciate about Cynthia, because I don't really like Cynthia's style or love her style, but like even over the years, you can always tell that she had like a specific style. Like she loves to play with hair and she loves to play with color. And like she half the time doesn't even know what designer she's wearing. She just bought it because she liked it. And I love that.
yes.
And ironically, Cynthia is the fashion model of the group. So it's like, yeah, the style choices. It's Kelly isn't as bad as Shamia to me, but
I hear you. I agree. I agree.
I don't
I would
know.
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit. I think Shamia is the worst out of, and I love Shamia, but I feel like Shamia is the worst dressed out of all of the girls. Well, I say period. Yeah, period. Yeah.
Who is the
Yeah.
best dressed?
Mm,
Oh, this season. So
mm.
far, I feel like Portia has been hitting quite a good note. Like, I feel like Portia is actually okay.
I feel like
She
Portia's
may be.
okay. I love a diva with a shade on. There's something about Angela when she has those big old 80 shades to me. I don't know. It reads rich, shady bitch. I don't I just love those shades when she has them on. Um every once in a while Drew gets it right, but I don't know. Drew is such an actress. I can't really even I don't even count her in that sometimes. I don't know.
Yeah, I think Kenya was dressed well before,
Oh yes, of
you
course.
know. I think Portia has been doing some stuff this season that I like. Her butt and hips are distracting though.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Angela, I don't know whether I think Angela, I don't think that she dresses bad. I feel like it's very neutral, but I think it's like amped up because she has a nice shape, right? Like she
Yeah.
has a nice shape. She's a little curvy, but it's not like Portia curvy, but she's not like straight up and down. Like what's that woman from a couple years ago, the runner?
Oh, Sonia.
It's Sonya, yeah.
Mhm.
Like she has a nice shape. And I think that's the other thing. Like when you have a nice figure, like you just kind of go, it simple can work really, really well for you.
Yeah.
Um,
Precisely.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah.
I was
Angela.
I was watching some I can't remember who did this YouTube video. Maybe it was the Brooke Ashley, but like somebody said that the difference between Drew lying and like Portia or Phaedra or like some of the other girls lying is like Drew's lies don't hurt people,
Exactly.
but like Portia's lies hurt people.
Hurt people,
And
change people's
Okay.
lives.
yes, and
People
she
get
described
arrested.
Drew as a chaotic neutral. And I was like, that's so true. Chaotic,
That is
but she's
it.
not really hurting anybody.
Yes. 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 But then that's why her lies are like, why are you lying? Because they're a bit pointless. Like, it's just fluff, extra details that she just doesn't need to lie about, but she's lying. Who Michael Jordan isn't your cousin. Why are you lying? Like, that is such a little silly lie.
Okay,
It's
okay,
very
wait a minute.
juvenile.
I'm gonna come to Drew's defense on this one.
Okay, go on.
You're so silly, Jordan. I'm gonna come to Drew's defense. My last name is King. I live in Atlanta. Somehow people want to be like, oh, Martin Luther King. Sure. Yep. Yep. My table is ready now. Thank you. Like, what? Just like, if you want to believe that, I'm not. But the thing is, like, people usually know, like, girl, she playing. Like, it's not even real. Like, I know so many people around here with that last name. They're the same thing. Same thing with Williams. I know a couple people who use Williams to their advantage around here as well. but it's like you said, it's such a insignificant lie. Like it's one of those things. Like, okay, Drew, next, what's next? Like, I don't know.
But I feel like it's very Atlanta. Like her lies fit into the
Yeah.
vibe of Atlanta of just like flexing, right? Like you're
Yes,
just constantly flexing.
yes,
Like that's
yes.
I'm like, girl, fine. I don't whatever. Whatever, you
All
know.
right. What do you guys think? Do you think Drew and Dennis, even if it's for a storyline, but do you think next season they could be a couple? Is that a
No,
possibility?
No.
no.
I don't think
No.
that I don't think that Drew well, I don't think that Dennis wants Drew like that. I think that Dennis would sleep with Drew, but I don't think he wants her like that. And I don't think that Drew wants Dennis at all, especially because she's a good Christian woman.
Okay.
Okay.
That
Like,
part.
she,
Hmm.
like,
That
I
girl
don't
is
think
safe.
so. She's
Hmm.
just being messy, you know. I mean, even with the
Yeah.
bro, like, girl, shut up.
This is my hot take
Being
on the whole
messy.
situation.
Okay.
This is my hot take.
Yeah.
One, I think Portia would still be with Dennis if Dennis was not spreading his seed all around Atlanta or wasn't trying to like mess with everybody around Atlanta. I think she would have still been with
Really?
him. That's one. Yes. Um, I feel like she got with Simon in the beginning to make Dennis upset or make Dennis a little jealous, but Dennis was just like, I just see how you moving now, and it probably just made turn him off even more from her. It's what I personally feel like. Um, the fight between Portia and Drew. Portia
Mm.
lost the ability to film in her home. She lost the ability to say that she was married to Simon because it went from I'm coming on as Portia Gobadia to the next day they get a divorce. Like she doesn't have Simon
Yeah.
to bring on the scene with her. She can't film in that house. She can't film driving that car. She can't
Mm.
okay, she doesn't have a storyline, period. Okay. Then you have Drew. I think the whole Drew working with Simon, I'm not Simon, Drew working with Dennis was always a thing. I think Portia was fine with it. I think the minute she lost the ability to talk about her home, to talk about Simon, so on and so forth, I feel like that's when Portia and Drew might have gotten together and was just like, let's use the fact that you're filming with my baby daddy, as a storyline between you and I. Like now we have an automatic conflict. And maybe, well, that's just my opinion.
Okay.
I just feel like they're using each other as each other's storyline. So we don't have to delve too deep in this relationship with Portia. We don't have to delve too deep in this relationship with Ralph, things like that. Like they can control their storyline with
Mm.
each other, if you will.
So you think Portia is in on it?
Yes. I
Okay.
think she is not as mad as she's trying to portray herself to be. I think the
Yeah.
whole like Drew is a liar, she's a pathological liar. Da, 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 da. This works well into your storyline of I'm mad at Drew, and I can't talk about what's going on in my life because I'm dealing with Simon and I can't film in my house. Like there's no storyline there. So I'm gonna use this over here with Drew and Dennis. And the fact that I'm mad that she's dealing with my baby daddy. My baby daddy is a serial entrepreneur, a hustler. So let me be mad at him about that. I mean, she
Now,
could have brought Dennis over, but like, Dennis, I'm mad that she didn't make a song for me. Like that could have been a whole storyline too. But she decided to be mad at
something I
her.
had to bring up about Portia. Now, I've never said this out loud. I probably shouldn't say this on the internet. But like Portia's
Do
choice
it.
in men, I'm like, girl, what do you be seeing in them? Simon? No. Dennis? No. Cordell? He got money. And he looks better than Simon and Dennis.
He got
But
money.
no. I'm like, girl, I don't the men that she ugh, not for me. They don't fit my taste. Now she had this fake little date with this guy in Miami. I don't remember the Latin guy. He was cute, but that wasn't real. She had this was like years ago, like seasons and seasons ago.
Oh,
She
okay, I missed
had
that totally. Oh.
She had a ex, like a on again, off again ex. I think that she met in high school. His name was
The,
Todd.
the
Todd
guy
was
who was in
fine.
DC, the one who lived in DC or Maryland or something.
Yes, yes, him.
And
I forgot he
he quit
lived.
his job.
Yes,
Remember he quit his job for her? Girl, I remember that.
he
You remember he
did
quit his
quit his
Was he
job?
job
good
for
looking?
her
Yeah, he was cute. He was cute.
because
And she had a,
he wanted to
Oh,
move to Atlanta to be closer to her, and she was turned off. She was like, "Huh?
yeah,
You
she
quit
wanted
your
to have
job?"
a baby. Right. She
She
wanted to have
said,
a
"Oh
baby.
no,
She wanted him to sign a baby contract or something like
yes,
that.
yes."
Yeah, I guess his job, I think he worked for the government. His job didn't like that was on this show or whatever, and he ended up quitting his job to move down there. And she was just like, "What? No, that was the end of him. That was
She was turned all the way off.
what, did he have money? This man doesn't sound like he has money. That sounds like
He's
mm-mm.
standard
not that
man.
now.
No.
I
He
didn't
had a
want to say that part,
yeah,
but you did.
yeah. But he had a good government job though,
He had a stable job,
a
and
stable
I
job.
think that I don't think Todd is probably the least messy man that we've seen her date. You know, the Latin guy too, but that was very unreal, very unserious. She also went on one date with a white guy that was also very unreal, very unserious. Like
Okay,
of
okay.
of the black men that she has dated, Todd was the most attractive and the he seemed like he had the best personality of them. So I think the problem with Portia is like she wants a guy with money, but if you want a
Yeah.
black man with money in Atlanta, it's gonna come with some BS.
Basically,
And so she's
basically.
getting it, you know. She's dealing with mess with Dennis. She's dealing with mess with didn't Dennis cheat on her when she was pregnant?
Yes, yes.
I remember
Yeah.
even hearing about that on like Shade Room or something. Yeah,
Right.
he did.
She's dealing with mess. Cordell threw her out. He was wrong, right? Like, um, Simon is messy. Like, girl, leave these unattractive rich men alone. Get you a regular, you know, decent to cute man with a good job. She is beautiful enough to get a very attractive man. Get you a very
Hmm.
attractive man with a
Yeah.
regular job, girl. That is going to work out a lot better for you than trying to chase these men. But like Portia moves like a woman who wants to be kept. Like she
Yes.
moves like
Yeah.
she's trying to
Yeah.
hustle or get the bag.
Hmm.
And funny enough, it doesn't work for her because she is that girl, right? Like, girl, stop trying to look for somebody to carry you or float you because you are the brand.
Right.
It's you.
I feel like she is the brand. I feel like who she really needs to date is somebody who does not want anything to do with these cameras, do with these lights. Somebody who really are like, girl, that's who you pick. Like he needs to be a nerd. Like he needs to be like, because even what's my Shamia's husband? Shamia's husband does not want to have anything to do with this show.
He said,
But to
mm-mm.
make his wife
Yeah.
happy, he's just like, okay, okay, it's fine, it's fine. But I feel like she needs that. But I think I said last week, a week before maybe, that her being on this show now, it's going to be hard for her to find somebody of substance here in Atlanta, especially if she
Yeah.
stays around here trying to find somebody. Because, like you said, the men around here are trash, especially if you want a man on that who has money or is a mover and shaker. Because they know I'm a move like these women around here, they will leave their kid with their mama just to be around you. Like it's not, it's not, yeah. Like so, just because you might not do what he wants you to do tonight, there's gonna be somebody else who would. And I just feel like she needs to be careful dealing with men around here.
I agree. And Shamia's
Mm.
man has a real job. He's not an
Mm,
Yeah.
influencer. He's not. That's why he's not up on these cameras because
right,
he got real
Yeah.
things to lose.
right,
One, he's actually working, so he can't be up in the camera's faces. But he also has real things to lose. He's not going to men who don't people in general. I should say men because women do it for other reasons, but men who have things to lose aren't going to be up in these cameras like that, right? Women are up in the cameras because that's where the opportunities are.
yeah,
Misogyny or not, right? Like that's why they have Real Housewives, right? Like the whole franchise is centered around women, we call them housewives even though they aren't housewives, right? Like that's a
Precisely.
whole other thing, but like men who have things to lose aren't going to be sitting on camera. And I'm looking at Ralph.
Ralph, right? Ooh, Ralph has nothing. I feel like I honestly feel like Ralph has nothing. Everything that he has belongs to Drew, but we just haven't figured it out yet. That's just how I personally feel. Like I don't like Ralph. Ralph is
Mm-mm.
that like Ralph is the definition of an F boy. That like you want to F them until they open their mouth and you realize never mind, there's nothing there. That's how I feel about him. I cannot stand him.
And it's dangerous because he
So you guys don't
uses
believe Ralph?
no,
You don't.
Ralph,
You don't believe Ralph
Ralph
that
could
he's
be.
paying for everything?
I'm sorry,
no.
Nana. I didn't hear
No,
that. I'm sorry. What you
because
say?
Ralph said that he's paying for everything. So is Ralph not rich?
I don't think. I think what he's paying for is with Drew's money. I don't. He could be telling me the God's honest truth. He could say the sky is blue. I need to go out there to check because I don't believe you, Ralph. I don't believe anything that comes out of his mouth. He feels con artist to me, and the thing is, Drew doesn't help it because we know Drew lies on light stuff. So when it
I
comes to the two of them, I literally roll my eyes and just am waiting for the camera to move to something else because it's just I can't believe what's in front of me until everything comes out. Is that makes like the whole like the different court cases that are going on right now in the world and stuff like that. Like I don't care until you give me all of the facts in front of the judge and the jury because everything else is you're just selling me something just to appease me, and that's how I feel about both of them.
I think the reason that Ralph has not disclosed his financials is because, especially being in this like very religious relationship that Drew and Ralph are in, like she's like always kind of submitting to Ralph in their partnership and just being like, I'm gonna let him lead, I'm gonna let him be the husband. So he probably controls the finances. And she probably thinks that he makes a lot more. But like, I think the reason that he's refusing to disclose his financials in this divorce is because he doesn't make that much money, right?
Hmm.
But because he controls the finances, it comes off like maybe he does. You're on mute.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, I was thinking it was the other way around. Like actually, he has more money and he's trying to hide it so he doesn't have to pay child support.
I think he's
But
scamming. I think I
yeah,
think like I don't think he's poor, right? Like I think that he probably makes 100, maybe $200,000 a year, and it's
okay.
probably a little scammy, a little bit, right? I don't think he's a
He
full
looks like a
scammer, but
scammer.
it's probably a little shady.
Yeah,
And like I think Drew makes a lot more, but like she
Hmm.
just doesn't know. Um, and he's weaponized that in their marriage, and like now that they are getting divorced, it's he doesn't want it to come out. So.
right.
I can also see him making money. I can also see him like making money, like hand over fist, like having more money than we're even saying. Like I'm saying that Drew's making the more money, the most money.
Mm,
He could actually making the most money, but I can see he seems like that type of guy who heard that saying in the past that women, you need to keep a checking account or don't let your man know how much money you're making. I feel
yeah,
like he's that dude. Like, oh, I'm not gonna have my wife just be the only one saving money. I'm gonna also be keeping money to myself. Like I'm a squirrel away just like
Yes.
she is. Like I feel like he's that guy who has an account, like you said, that nobody knows about. And that's probably where 80% of his money goes to and 20% goes towards the family bills. just
yeah.
to just to make it look like he's doing something.
Ralph
Mm-hmm.
always came off like he was competing with her, which I hate
Oh,
that.
really?
I
Okay.
hate that. I think Peter came off like that a little bit.
I did. Definitely.
And that's just not a good place. Like when your husband is trying to compete with you, like, oh, that's not a good place to be.
Mm, yeah, definitely. Peter did. and that he always needed Cynthia's help. I remember early days with Todd and Candy, and everybody was like, Todd was going to be a leech on Candy as well, because he just had a normal job. Maybe that's what Portia needs, like a normal guy, but he has a good head on his shoulders. Like he could actually be a business asset along the way eventually. It's not like she has Candy's talents, but maybe that's the type of man that Portia actually needs. Like
I agree. That makes sense.
I agree. I really agree with that. But I just feel like Portia would fuck it up. I'm sorry.
She would. She would. That's the thing. Like she would. I agree.
Yeah.
We can find her the perfect dude, but like if you're not moving in a way that is like conducive to that, then a good guy is gonna leave you because he's
Yeah,
not going to he's gonna be like, girl,
yeah,
no.
that's
No,
true.
ma'am. So I
Right.
don't know. I do wish the best for her. While Portia is not my favorite, I have a really soft spot for her as an OG.
Yeah,
I don't want Phaedra to come back, but I even kind of sort of have a soft spot for Phaedra as an OG, but I don't know. I
yeah.
also don't like this like City Girls kind of pivot that Phaedra has done over the last
Girl.
couple of years. I'm like, girl,
Who
where's
is
the
she?
Southern Belle?
Who is she? I'm just like, what happened to the prayer clause? Like, she is so not the same person. I just,
I
Doesn't
don't
even
like
look
that.
the same. Her
is
face
her
is.
mother still alive?
I think so.
Oh,
I always wonder that, like, especially now, like, is her mom still alive? Like, where's
because
her
her
mom at?
mom is a
Because she was
pastor.
so, yeah, she
Mm,
was so prim and proper when it
yeah,
came to her mom. She basically lied about her due date because
yeah.
not to upset her mother. Like, and then this, now we have City Girls 2.0, City Girls
It does
Aunties.
not work.
Interesting. I wonder if her mum is alive. I think so though. I don't think I've seen her posting anything like I've lost my mum. So I feel like her
Mhm.
mum may be around still. But
Yeah.
yeah, this change in Portia in Phaedra is annoying. I don't know if I want Phaedra to come back. Who is your favorites though? Have you guys said this before? Each of you go. Who is your favorite in the season so far?
In this season,
Yeah. Who's your favorite?
Kenya.
You can't fake influence. I'm just saying, you can't fake influence.
Kenya.
Um,
Kelly.
Really?
I think Kelly and Angela is like right behind Kelly.
for me, it's Shamia
Um,
and I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, no, no. Go ahead.
For me, it's Shamia and Angela. And I'm gonna say the really the quick reason why they're cool in real life. I just found out they're like cool as hell right now in real life. But the thing is, they like throwing shade at each other, but they're not gonna get mad about it. So when we see them, her bring up her nose still in like the little side conversations or in interviews, and the same thing with um Angela talking about Shamia being a puppy to Portia, is like it's cool with them now. And for some reason, I appreciate my housewives being cool to throw shade at each other, but still keep the party going. And then, like I said, I feel like Angela can stand 10 toes down in what she feels and is doing. And Shamia is Atlanta's best friend. So that's my girl. I like Shamia.
Yeah. I think I'm with you, Michelle. I think it's Shamia and Angela. But Shamia is my number one. Like I love her. I don't want her to go
Shamir.
anywhere.
I need
If
to.
Kenya was in there, it would have been Kenya, definitely. If Kenya
Yeah.
had survived and lasted. Do you
Yeah.
guys think Kenya can come? Have you actually? I haven't watched it yet. Have you seen Kenya do her whole on her own
Yes.
channel? I haven't watched
Yeah.
that. Is it
Yeah.
good? Give me the highlights. Like, what have I missed? Did she give any new details? Really?
She give new details. I think she did. I think she cleared some things up. People are still
Yeah.
questioning some of the things that she said, but I'm
Yeah.
taking what she said at face value for me. Some people are saying, still saying like it's the RP of the what she presented. That she's not saying where she got the things from, because if it's online, tell us where you found them at online. I feel like if
Mhm.
she says that, it's going to make things worse. Like, why are you trying to make things worse for her? I do agree with the whole Christian, help me out. I'm sorry.
No, so I agree with you. Uh I think what a lot of people might be getting confused is like the revenge P part.
Right.
Mhm.
And like she kind of alluded that she like spoke with an attorney and they said that it
Oh,
wasn't revenge P. Now,
okay.
the 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 social and cultural consensus of what revenge P is different from what the legal definition of revenge P
Yes,
is.
yes,
And I
yes.
think what people might be getting confused is like when she said that it wasn't that it might meet the cultural and social definition of what we would consider that. I do think that it is revenge P-ish at the very least, but
Yeah,
like it probably doesn't reach the legal definition because it was something that was accessible on the internet.
right.
I'm sure that it's been taken down now
Yeah.
because um, but she also mentioned how she went to the producers in real time with the whole pew pew comment. She
Right.
went to them in real time. She went to them the next day. And that there was like no action that was taken. I think she even alluded to the fact that they didn't do a real investigation when it came to Brit.
Mhm.
Um, and so, and she also said that she regretted doing it, that she shouldn't have done it, which I was like, thank
Right.
God, right?
And she
Like,
apologized to everyone. Like, she
yes,
ran down a list,
yes,
even said Britt's name. I like, some people wouldn't even
yes,
say the girl's name. I'm like,
yes, yes.
yeah. So I
Which
That
feel
is
like
so
that
she
was
apologized.
that makes sense because we didn't
yeah,
get a confessional from her for her even to have had that moment of regret like Brit did, to be like, I was wrong. Da, da, da. We didn't see any of that. That's actually out of order. Okay. That was like with the lawyer that we had on last week. She said similar. She did say, like, definitely in the definition of law, it isn't as grave as it's been made out on the internet. Like,
yeah.
she can't get sued. They probably couldn't get sued. It probably ran past lawyers already for it to even air. So it does feel like
Exactly.
they've just kicked her out for the sake of kicking
It
her out.
Now it could rise to, I am very familiar, at least in New York City, with like employment law and harassment law. It's what I've done over the last couple of years. So it could, what happened to Britt could rise to the level of harassment, at least under New York state
Okay.
law.
Yeah.
Um, but like revenge P, at least what I know, like I'm not in that area of the law, like I don't know that much, but I don't think that it rose to that particular definition.
Yeah.
So, and then of course, like Brit is like milking it, right? Like
Yeah.
she's like, oh, I'm just so, and it's like, girl, I don't even understand. I do understand humiliation and embarrassment in front of your new colleagues. That I do understand. Absolutely. Um I on the other hand, I'm like, girl, you can't be upset that the stuff is out there because you put it out there.
Yeah.
You put it out there. Now
Yeah.
if you're upset, that I think that it's fair to be upset to be called into a room with your friends and colleagues and then people like parading that, yes, what Kenya did was wrong. But it's like, girl, you made the I don't believe her when she's like, I only did a little bit of cam, girl. I don't believe none of
No.
that. I don't
Yeah.
believe it. I don't
I did
believe
it for
it.
a week and I made a lot of money. I made good money. And then also, I thought you said your dad provided for you and the family. Like, which one is it? And then, like, he had a good job. He was like
Oh
a
my
great
God,
father.
so true.
Like,
Yes, she did say that. Like, they were okay when their dad was alive. For real, for real. No, no,
Yeah.
yeah,
she was lying.
Yeah.
That's why she choked. She was lying. That
right.
was all a lie.
But
Everything
I
she said was
also
a lie.
Brit is old enough. I see. This is what I don't know. I'm trying to like put a narrative together in my head, which is maybe the wrong thing to do. But like that is like one of the reasons, like these days, that I'm not anti OnlyFans, but I'm just like, think about it long and hard before you do it. Because if you end up, 15 years later, if you end up on the Real Housewives or you end up on this show, you don't want that stuff coming back, right?
Exactly.
Like,
And if
you
you scrub
don't,
it,
because
right, and
even if
scrub
you
the
were
internet,
okay
don't
with it in the moment, you
Yeah,
might not be okay with it later. And it's not something that you can undo.
yeah,
no, that's the truth. Like Michelle was just saying, you can't scrub the internet like that. And if it goes up, there's always somebody that could have
Somewhere.
screen recorded, screenshotted, come back later. You don't even know who is watching your account and what they're downloading
exactly.
all
You don't. You
the time.
don't.
Like, no, but I
Yeah.
don't believe that for a second. I think the most when she said I was webcam being naked, I think still more was taking place, and she did it for a lot longer, and she did other stuff. But she was like, the most I'm going to give you is I was naked, so you could be like, oh, she admitted to being naked doing it, but she did
Hmm.
more. She did
This
more
is
to it.
also why I think that Mike doesn't come off as empathetic as people expect him to, because Mike
Mm,
knows. I
yeah,
And her
think
mom.
I think that Mike is like I think that Mike understands what Kenya did was wrong, but I think Mike
yeah,
is also like, girl, I know, and you
yeah,
know.
exactly. Exactly. Yeah, no, Mike doesn't care. Mike doesn't care. Like Charles doesn't care. Do
No.
any of them actually have any husbands that are nice? They're the only married ones, aren't they? I can't think of anybody else. Oh no, we don't
Mike.
know if
Yeah,
it's
Shamia husband. We don't know him really well.
But while Angela's husband and Britt's husband come off like they don't care, in a way it's kind of refreshing because like I would rather that than like a man caring too much. Ralph cares too much,
Right. Ralph cares
right?
too much.
Like,
And
can
then
you imagine if your husband came to your job and was like, let me see what you doing and let me comment and get my own confessional with no shirt on. What, like, uh, uh guillotines, go away. Ew. Ew. Dennis cares too much. I'm like, give me a man that don't care. I want, if
yeah,
I am on a show, my husband and I are going to have a conversation. Wave me off. Wave the cameras off. Act like you're not interested. Okay? Because this is me.
the thing is, I know so many Charles Oakleys. Like I know so many men who would respond like that, like your wig slipping, and then like make you stay away from me. Get these cameras away from my face. I'm gonna say things and make you say, "Don't bring the cameras around Charles." I feel like he does that on purpose. So be like, "Yeah, I don't
yeah.
want Charles on camera with me." Like I just feel like it's a reason to his madness. I do want her to stand in the possible outside child of it all when we get to the reunion. I feel like she will, but I enjoy Charles Oakley. I just feel like I know him. I just feel like I know him. I know
So
men
that's
like him.
Charles has had a child outside. Like there is another child that Charles had.
I think
No.
it's alleged.
Allegedly, right?
It's alleged. I don't know.
I don't have
All
that
right.
kind of money. Don't come for me.
Mm-mm.
I mean,
I'm
Brit
just
said
repeating
it.
what Wendy said, and like Wendy says, allegedly. I don't know.
Right.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I mean, put it forward that this is what she's been hearing on Atlanta Street. So let's see. Let's see. We have, what is that? 17 more episodes. I cannot believe this goes on for so long. So we're going to go into Love Island time and all sorts, still covering this. I never knew because we gave up on Potomac after like 5 episodes. We said we're not going to carry on with that.
I
That
have
was
Well,
never watched another Housewives franchise, which I
other than
think is why I'm
Atlanta?
so invested in
Oh wow.
Atlanta.
Hmm.
It's just, I'm like, I don't know. Like, even with Potomac,
Hmm.
it's something special to me about seeing a bunch of Black women in the South, dark skin, brown skin, Black women in the South doing their thing. I don't want to see no
yeah.
white ladies in Beverly Hills. I don't want to see these bougie white ladies in New York, even though, like, no. Even though I live here in New York, no. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. No. I
I
thought
feel
about
you.
Potomac, but it's too many light skinned ladies on Potomac for me. I'm like, I don't know. And I've also heard like the green eyed bandit
Yeah.
Yeah.
comments and skin. I'm like, I don't foresee that ever happening on Atlanta, right? They
I
might say
Mm.
some stuff that's a little off, but I'm like, I don't want, no.
No, I feel like Atlanta, the difference between Atlanta and Potomac is two things. I feel like Potomac is mean to me, is meaner. And then also there's a wannabe aspect to it. Like, and when I say the wannabe, I mean like school days. Like there's an element of sorority
Mhm.
hazing going on. I can't explain
Yeah.
it.
Juvenile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. That is exactly what we was watching. Yeah.
Yeah. I love Atlanta. I fell into watching season 3 of Atlanta this weekend. And I forgot how good Atlanta used to be. Like, oh my God. Even when Kim was even serving it up, I was enjoying it all. It was like going through a yearbook. But I feel like that's what made Atlanta better and greater than the rest of the other housewives was there was an element of comedy. These girls were straight up being who they were, even when they were like faking a little bit like Sheree. It was like a little
Yeah.
bit of we were in on the joke, even if Sheree didn't realize it was a joke, you know?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
and then with the other housewives, their anti up is the money aspect of it because even with Beverly, you don't watch Beverly Hills, but even with Beverly Hills this year, really when you watch them, you really are watching them talk about the same stuff, talk about the same stupid stuff because they can't be real enough to get through their how they really feel, and then the money aspect of it, like I want to see this purse that is $33,000. Yes, please. You know what I'm saying? You're not
Yeah.
going to get that in Atlanta. To the point where me and my my husband was watching the season 3 episode of Atlanta. Between the scenes, they flipped to pictures of diamonds and pictures of like cars and stuff like that. And then my
Yes.
husband said, like, that's not Atlanta. It was just like, that's Atlanta.
The transitions, that
Right.
is
Like, why are they showing that? Like, that's not Atlanta. We don't nobody around here drive not nobody around there drives those Lamborghinis and stuff like that. That's not them. But
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
more comedy. Like the Lamborghini all is the New York and the Beverly Hills.
Well,
Oh,
I feel like Atlanta was like very, it was like first it was rooted in these are wives or girlfriends or partners of like actual businessmen or like ball players or like actual professional men.
Mm-mm.
um
No.
and like it was very much about the personality, right?
Yeah.
Like
I
when
feel they
those women came
tried.
on the show, I believe that they were actually like friends or knew each other or
Okay.
something like that. It shifted over time.
okay.
But I like miss that. Like kind of, I don't know. Like even the girls, they were wearing like tank tops and jeans and stuff.
Yeah,
Like
it
you're
was
not
very
gonna see
normal.
that these days.
No,
But
you're
it's
not.
just the way that the times have shifted as well.
Yeah.
Like Atlanta premiered 16 years ago. That's a long time.
Wowzers.
I
Yeah.
have not been an adult for 16 years. Close, but
Wow.
but yeah.
Oh, that makes. Oh, see, I love it when you guys start talking because it like fills in all of the details that we don't quite get. And I dipped in and out. Like, I think I may have watched season 1, maybe season 4. Like, really dipped in and out. Wasn't watching it all the
Mhm.
time, and I really didn't realize that the seasons went on for so long as well because it just becomes a part of your routine in
Yep.
a
I feel
different
like
way.
when we have it depends on what's going on. I feel like when we have longer seasons, because we've seen other Housewives franchises that have at the most 18, and that's with the reunion. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Or
Yeah.
at the most, because the group wasn't gelling, the group wasn't really bringing anything to us, or like Housewives of New York just recently, it exploded, literally exploded. So they had to cut the whole season short. Um, and I feel like Atlanta has always been that one who had the most episodes per season. If I'm
Mm,
thinking right. Yeah.
Yeah.
okay. Okay. That makes
I
sense.
think it's
Yeah.
20, it's usually 20 like actual like episodes and then like 2 to 3 reunion episodes, which
Okay.
brings it to the 22, 23.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
I want to say I've been to Moore Manor and Chateau Charest. They really do live very close to each other.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
do
drove by their
yeah.
houses. I was just like, I'm here. Let me take a whirl. They actually really do live very close to each other. Like you can look out the window and they can like see each other's houses from.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny.
Oh, look at that.
And OLG, at least when I went, it was good. I know a lot of people talk trash, but it was
Yeah.
good. I went on Christmas Eve. There was nobody
Ooh.
in there. The food was
Yeah.
piping hot. It was good.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's all about when you go. If people who go on the weekend, like I enjoy OLG. The
Yeah.
times not to go is on the weekend and like really on the weekend or when like holidays when people are gonna be traveling. You know what I'm saying? So I went on a Wednesday at 2 p.m. Food
And
was
it was
great.
good.
Mm,
Not too many people. There were people there, but if you're expecting like a 5-star atmosphere, it might not be that. But the
it's
food is
not
gonna
gonna be
be
that. But the
right.
food is
What
good.
about
Yeah, the food's good.
Nini's case? Have any of you been to Nini's one? I don't know if she
Oh
even still has it, but I
no.
remember when she had that kind of hookah lounge, and
Yeah.
is that still there?
I think it closed.
No, yeah, it closed when her son got sick because he was the one who was mainly managing it.
Mm,
Oh
Um,
yeah.
I heard the food was. I heard mixed reviews on the food,
Yeah.
and the drinks were always strong as hell. Um, and then you had to pay for parking, which I feel like is a racket these
mm-mm,
days.
mm-mm.
But that's just another thing. That's just an Atlanta thing. That's not a Nene thing. But yeah,
Okay. Okay.
Is it? I guess. Like, I'm trying to think of have I ever paid for parking? I will refuse to pay. I don't know. I'm
yeah,
kind of used to paying for parking in New York City, but
yeah.
like sometimes when I go places, I'm like, we'll walk.
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. Like, I live here now, so I kind of know where I don't mind walking the block because
Yeah, yeah.
for some people who don't know about Candy's restaurant, like, and they might have a hard time trying to find a park on the street. If you park behind a restaurant, last time I checked, you had to pay. So you know what I'm saying? Like, so these places,
Mm,
if they have a parking lot, they want to charge you just to park. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, um,
that's
yeah,
ridiculous.
it's ridiculous. It's crazy.
We parked right outside. My friend who used to live, well, he lived in Powder Springs.
Oh, that's
And
where I live
so
now.
I
Hmm.
went to visit him. And so we went down to OLG. It was Christmas Eve. We parked literally right outside. We
Right
could see the
outside, yeah.
car from where we
Everybody
were
was probably
sitting.
doing their thing. Yeah.
Because, you know, those Southerners, they don't play about Christmas, Easter,
Right.
Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving. They're not about to be in no restaurants.
Right. So you might be able to get a good meal at a decent time and all that other stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to
So,
Oh,
wait.
when I go, I will definitely give it a try.
yeah.
If I come, it would be a little while. But also Kelly's spot when that opens as well.
I want to
But
try
I
we
want
Nana.
to
need,
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
yeah,
I want to
we
go
need
there.
reviews on that when that opens up.
Yeah. I
What are
live
the girls?
like your friend. I live up in Powder Springs, so to make it down there in certain areas, especially like the Duluths of it all, it's, it's like a trek. It's like you have to make an appointment for some of these restaurants based on where
Me
I live.
too.
Yeah, so I do want to put her on my list, especially for a brunch spot, because
Yeah,
yeah, that sounds delicious. Yeah.
it does. It
And
does.
this
It
has
does.
nothing to do with Housewives, but there is also like this pie bar in Marietta. I cannot remember the name of it. Oh, oh my
A
God.
pie bar,
What's
Yes,
the
it's
price
so
like?
like
good.
nothing but
They just
pie.
they just sell pies. They're expensive too, but they are very good.
Okay, I'll tell
Yeah.
my husband about
In
it. I don't do pie,
Marietta.
but I'll tell my
I'll
husband
have to
about it.
see if I can find the name, and then if I do, I'll like leave it in the comments. But
Can I
ugh,
just, yeah, this is something that has nothing to do with Housewives of Atlanta. I'm just watching the comments and everybody is talking about like what to me makes Beverly Hills good. The money. Like one lady, she gets like over almost $400,000 a month on a set on her alimony. Yeah, she made out like a bandit.
Okay.
Yeah, like she makes like 360 or 380 tax free. She doesn't have to pay taxes on it. She found out she owned like two baseball teams. And then the other lady, Jennifer Tilly, she owns a portions of The Simpsons.
Oh
And then like the
wow.
yes, and
that's
like the
money.
money, that's money.
Yeah,
money.
yeah,
And like,
yeah.
yeah, and like she said, like, I feel like I'm bragging on like the money I have and stuff like that. And it's just like, no, girl, like that's what we want to see. Like in Beverly Hills, we want to see the money. But
Yeah,
Atlanta
yeah.
is all about the comedy and stuff.
Yeah.
I've never watched Beverly Hills before, actually. Maybe I'll start watching that. Wow, that's a hell of a lot of money.
It's not
Doing
I couldn't
100,000 a
imagine.
month.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Which is
And
the
then
one where girl is her name Giselle and
Garcelle.
Bose?
Yeah.
Yeah, what one is that? Is that New York?
That's Beverly Hills.
Garcelle.
That's
Oh
Beverly Hills.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
did actually want to watch in that. Wow, that's a hell of a lot of
So
money.
yeah,
Yeah, I think
that's
this
what they have. They
season
throw money shade
is
and
her
that's
last
the one.
season.
Yeah, unfortunately with Garcelle. Yeah, she's leaving.
So Garcelle was like, because there seems to be so much talk on Garcelle, like people loved her. So she really was one of the faves.
Yeah, Garcelle was one of the faves because she was more or less the voice of reason. She kind of said what the audience was thinking.
Right.
She would ask the questions. Her and Sutton would ask the questions. But the problem was Sutton wanted to be these girls' friends. She wanted to be friends with everybody, and she wanted to kind of toe the line and be best friends with the queen bee, which was
Right.
Kyle. So Sutton and Garcelle always had each other's backs up until this last season when Sutton, I forgot what Sutton initially did, and Garcelle was just like, I'm not gonna have her back like that anymore. And so at the reunion, Garcelle pretty much saw my homegirl on this show straight up is up these other chicks' asses, and she does not have my back, to the point where when I'm sorry, I'm gonna laugh. When Garcelle was going off at how pissed she was at the girls, Sutton's response was, well, they're so mad at me. Like, girl, what are you talking about? Like, it's
Oh,
just, yeah, like, and I feel like that's why she decided to quit. So I think that's why, like I said before, these women never really get past anything. They're really surface.
yeah,
So.
yeah. Okay, I
I'm
make
gonna
it
stick
Beverly
with
Hills.
Atlanta.
Yeah. I love Atlanta. I love Atlanta. I couldn't get with Potomac, and I'll give Beverly Hills a try and see, but I don't know. Atlanta's
I
the
know
only one I
Beverly.
can like committing to properly. Potomac, I didn't like anybody. None of the girls.
Yeah,
They were
I can
horrible.
understand that. You didn't like Wendy either? Like, I root for Wendy, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Those sounds. That's how it was. Oh my god. All right. So we have been over 2 hours. Look at that. I was like,
I'm
it's
so
just
sorry.
me. I'm probably gonna do an hour and a half. And we've been on for almost 2.5 hours. Thank you guys so much, though. I think it may be just me next week, but it may not. If it is, I need you to come on again and do it with me. If you have time, please. Thank you.
I will
I'll try
be
to be
Lovely.
there.
around. Tell Sade we made sure that you behave. That was her whole thing. Make sure Nana behaves.
And I didn't do anything crazy. She warned me before she left. She was
I
like,
was like, what did
don't
she
do it.
do?
That's what I said. I said, what could I do? Like, all I may do is leave out allegedly. I don't have any like salacious stories. I didn't go looking for anything crazy. I was literally like, I'm not even going to watch things so that I deviate and start bringing in gossip. I didn't go on Reddit. I was like, I'll be straight laced. I was very like, I'm not going to crash.
Yeah. I
I didn't
feel like
even
for right
sing.
now. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I didn't even sing as well. I was very, very good. I was well behaved.
That's the worst that happened. That'll still be a good time. So yeah.
Yes.
Oh
Thank
my
you guys so
gosh.
much. Thank you. All right. So next week we will be back at 1 o'clock. If the day changes, I will let everybody know. Everyone put some hands in the chat for El Michelle and Christian Jane as well. Please now. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. I
Of
will see you
course.
next week.
See you next week.